Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Heroes Graveyard. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. A full
Doing
day
great.
D&D again. Oh yeah.
What are you eating, Trump? Is it delicious?
It's pretty good. It's rice and meat. Yum.
Mm.
Yes,
My
rice and
fave.
meat. What have you guys been all up to this week? Anything interesting going on?
I DM'd a 14th level D&D campaign this morning.
How'd
That
it
was fun.
go?
I think it went good. People
Sure.
tried to kill each other. That's always fun.
You know, this party's had a lot of talk about killing each other too. That seems to be a theme in your games, Margaret.
Hey,
Are
this
you
is nothing to do with my games.
really?
Well, I gave everybody a secret mission at the beginning of the campaign since it was a one shot,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was an assassin to try to kill the other one. So
Ooh.
that's why there was
That's
a
fun.
team killing. But the
That's nice.
the thing was the caveat was that they had to do it within the last 20 to 30 minutes. So it wasn't like the whole episode he was trying to kill him or anything.
Right. That's a responsible DMing decision right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It left for some really fun encounters.
How the rest of you guys been? Anything interesting going on?
You know, we were talking about killing each other. We could either like do date, marry, kill, or we just do like kill, 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 and we all just order off who we would kill first.
Who
We
would
know
you
who
kill
you
first?
date, who your character would date and marry already. Caitlin.
Yeah, I know, right? I like seeing you on the side because like your memory is so bad. I don't know. I guess my character probably doesn't. My character likes people who are laid back. Probably doesn't really like pseudo intellects too much. So that boils it down.
All right.
Wow.
Wonderful. Well, with that, why don't we roll into game here? You guys find yourself, after a few days of resting, back in the town square of Ruin, taking a look at this quest board with wondering, what are you going to do today?
Oh boy, let's take a look at what the fortunes lie in wait for us as I do my diviner ability of Portent. Today's weather is an 11 and an 8.
Those are not bad. Very middle of the
Hold
road.
on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get into this. Can you tell me what Devo is doing to divine these numbers? Is he like rolling dice, or is he just like looking into the stars and counting birds, or what's going on here, Trump?
Yeah, can we get a bit more roleplay, Trump?
Yeah, I just need to understand what's going on here.
Well, you see, it's kind of innate, so Devo just goes around and everything he does every day just goes a little bit in the right direction one way or the other, and that is just the will of Gwyn's portal.
Okay.
That's why he knows that he's right, that he's following the true path.
Okay.
And that's what he'll keep insisting to you all as well.
All right, so looking at the missions, I just say, well, geez, you guys, as long as you don't make any silly decisions or follow a portal or anything like that, I'm down for any of these quests right here, eh?
Well, according to my calculations, 1,000 gold is more than 800.
Yes, I like that one. More gold.
I very much
Speaking of
agree.
Gold, you owe me gold.
Uh-oh.
I owe you gold. I owe you money for travel, and that would be worth about this much, right? And I pull out a silver, and I toss it out.
No, we say 10 silver for every hour.
No, we didn't. We said money for ride.
I would like to intimidate him into agreeing with me.
Oh boy. Give me an intimidation check. Against his, what would be insight? What is your
I didn't roll that well.
what would you pose intimidation with, Trump?
Gee, I think
Gwyn's
it's
portal?
definitely a DC check. Let me think.
Well, let's just say you were intimidated with a 12. How intimidating is that to you? I mean, it is a big angry barbarian.
Yeah, that would strike me as about average. He doesn't seem to be the type that purposely trained up to intimidate, though. So it's just really his bulk intimidating me. I'll be like, Well, just because I want to get on your good side, we'll split the difference at 5 silver.
This is not what we agree on.
We agreed on money for travel, and 1 silver is already very generous.
No, we agree 10 silver.
Well, you know what? How about
Silver.
we can roll a little bit of the agreement? So last time we actually found a magic dagger. Can I get my hands on that? What was your character's name, Caitlin?
Keith?
Keith.
You don't know
It's
that.
the most normal name of all the names.
Also, like right
Just
here.
think of the pride of Nova Scotia, and it'll come back to you.
Keith, I'll use that dagger to stab our enemies. Is that an acceptable trade?
Oh, jeez, I don't know what dagger you're talking about there, bud.
That was the one you pulled out, when you showed everyone its name.
Oh, I might have done that in front of you all. I must have left that behind, though.
You left the dagger behind in the tower.
Oh, yeah, you
It's
see, I
called
have
Karma Trump from not sharing health potions.
I have my my great sword right here. I have no need for little daggers or anything like that.
Okay, I guess less danger for me. I don't have to go up and stab things.
At this point comes an interruption. There's a guard nearby going, excuse me, Mr. Fizzlesnap, Mr. Drakvin?
We turn to face the guard. Excuse me, is there a problem?
No, sir, no problem. The magistrate would like to speak with you. She has a job for you, she says.
For Devo and I?
I suppose your friends could come along too. I don't see Mr. Quincy around, or Mr. Demudo around.
Guard, sir, may I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's not much of a question, more of a statement. That's some magistrate you got there, eh? This evil guy, he doesn't even attack. Did you just hear that? But you're offering to quest to him? Oh, that's a pickle.
The magistrate sure is something. Yep.
Sure is.
You should be careful, though. She seems a little friendly, but she's got a dark side. You should be nice to her.
Oh, well, I mean, you're probably the person carrying out that dark side, right? So you're not too, you're not too innocent yourself, eh?
No, ma'am. Definitely not. No, sir. Definitely not.
Yep. Enforcing that propaganda. There you go.
I think we'll be just fine. We were thinking about doing this magistrate's quest to kill Kraz anyways. So let's go meet her then.
Sure, let's do it.
Wonderful. He will escort you to the magistrate's room within the ruined the ruined castle in the middle of the town.
Would it make more sense for me and Torlock to stay behind or to follow along?
I think that's up to you. Do you feel like you'd be intruding?
You invited me. I do not feel like I'm intruding if someone invites me. Actually, I don't even feel like if people I'm intruding even when I'm not invited.
If Torlock goes, then I go too.
I think I would look to Devo and I would say that we should handle the initial negotiations on our own. I think I would nod, with a nod and a wink.
I think all negotiations go better with a big half work.
It's more people to split with, but okay, if you insist.
So you get led into the fort. Right before you get to the magistrate's room, one of the guards there asks to take your weapons, assuring you that they will be provided to you upon exiting from her room, but as a safety precaution, they can't allow armed people into the magistrate's room alone with her.
Can we stealthily take something with us?
If you can make a sleight of hand check to try and hide something small on you, that'll work against his base perception.
See, the problem is small.
Yeah, you can't sleight of hands your great axe with you. You could probably
I don't
sneak a
understand this
dagger
word
in.
small. I only deal in big things, just saying.
Yeah. I hand over my dagger.
Sure, and I hand over my sword.
Okay.
I go to hand over my great sword and I say, so if you misplace this, do I get compensation for it?
Rest assured, sir, we have never misplaced anyone's weapons. It'll be sitting right here against this wall waiting for you.
All right, and if it's not there when I come back, you'll pay me for it? I'm just screwing with ya. It's gonna disappear in 60 seconds after I give it to you. Here you go. And I just like toss it at him.
He looks confused and sort of sets it to the side.
Torlak takes off one javelin, another javelin, another javelin, another javelin, a maul, a great axe.
Guard's tapping his foot, waiting.
And then he,
all right.
So on and so forth.
They open the door, and you can see Magistrate Cruella sitting behind a small desk there. She's 5'10", she's got bouncy red curls down to her shoulders with a white floral dress and like heavy iron-toed boots. And she gives a broad smile as you walk in and goes, "Oh, Devo and Drakvin, how lovely it is to see you again. I'm glad you could come here. I have a wonderful quest for you. And as I said, I would save all the very best work for you. So are you ready to hear this wonderful, very dangerous, but very enriching and rewarding quest?"
We are absolutely thrilled to hear about this wonderful opportunity to work with you again, Magistrate.
That's why I like working with you, Drakvin. You're always so positive. You're such a good boy. Anyway, there is an army camp on the other side of the northern mountains, and we don't know anything about it. One of our scouts just saw some smoke rising and got a peek from a distance before he ran back here, tail between his legs. You can find him out in the town square being whipped for the next week because, well, he didn't figure out what was going on. And now we need some people to go find it. We've got a couple of things that we need. We need the location of the camp, about how many people are in it, and if you can identify the leader, that'd be fantastic. Furthermore, if you can go in and destroy their supplies and muck up their stuff or even kill their leader, I would be happy to double or even triple your reward. How does that sound to you all?
What are we doubling or tripling?
Well, what would you like? I can pay you in gold. We do a tax and tariff thing here, so any money or any items that come in or out of the island, I get a certain cut of, and I can use that to reward you. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, I can do that, or I can give you straight cash, or I can even sometimes find a magic item for you from here or there, but those are harder to acquire, but I can do it.
Oh, is it like that magic bag that you had in the shipment?
Why,
I very
yes.
quickly look over and my eyes are very large. I'm not entirely sure what you're referencing, Devo. But I'm sure in that armory there, you've got a lot of great magical items that have probably been misplaced or something over the years, or however long this island has been floating here. So yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing, I think. Does anybody here object to that?
We have had a few items that were supposed to be sent back to loved ones, magic items that from dead people that were supposed to ship back to the mainland, but of course with all the shipping problems, they've just been sitting in storage. And you know what? I'm here to enforce law and order, and the law is that there needs to be order at any cost. So if some of these things need to be appropriated to help other people maintain order on the island, then I think that's a useful cause. And I think really that's better than sending it back to some kin at home who's just gonna die using it to try and gain glory when they're not that responsible.
I agree. Well, this sounds like a fabulous arrangement to me. Anybody else disagree?
I do think
I don't really need weapons. We should just ask for lots of money.
I can do that too.
You seem pretty intent on getting that dagger earlier, Devo. You sure about that? Or has Gwyn's portal led you down a different path today?
Well, we already have a dagger. Why would I need another one?
Would you like a magical dagger, Devo?
We have a magical dagger.
I
where did it go?
can
What?
offer you...
What?
There is a dagger of returning in the lost and found, as we like to call it these days. When thrown, it will return to your hand automatically, so you never lose it. But if you drop it, it stays dropped. Only if it's intentionally thrown will it work.
Would that sounds less useful than the 3,000 gold that we would get.
What other kinds of magical items do you have in your storage place?
We have a few weapons here and there. We have a couple of potions, although most of those tend to get consumed. Let's see. I believe there is a magic quiver lying around as well, and very interesting sword, which I'm not quite sure what it does yet. Our diviner messed up one of his divinations, and a potion, one of my guard strength, turned him into a frog. So the diviner is also in the town square being whipped for a week. When he's done, we'll figure out what that sword does, though.
How many of these magic weapons are we trading here for our...
I would be happy to trade you 2 weapons for a fully completed job where you figure out those 3 things that I listed and kill the leader of this little army camp over there over the mountains, or 1 if you just complete the primary objective.
I thought we get 1,000 gold per person.
I would be happy to provide the group of you with 1,200 gold if you complete the primary
The
objective.
signs say reward 1,000 gold.
Oh, the sign out front? Oh, that's about a different thing. That's about the Boulder Creek mine. This is about the army camp beyond the mountains. You think a man with a head your size would understand that?
Well, I think I mean it doesn't change it doesn't change our quest either way. We can have this discussion on the road. We'll let you know what we want as soon as we come back with the job fully completed.
That sounds wonderful. I actually like it better this way. That way, if you die, I don't have to give up any money or items. Great.
So you were implying it would be 1,200 or 2,400 if we completed both then, right?
There are 3 levels of objectives for you all. There's the primary one, scout the camp, which means figuring out the location of the camp, the specific numbers of creatures there as best as you can, and to identify the leader of the camp. The secondary objective would be to destroy their supply wagons or whatever cache of supplies they might have. The tertiary objective would be to actually murder the leader himself, although since it's a large army camp, it would be very difficult, I think, to kill him without engaging the entire armed force around him. But
What
I know
happened if
you
we
all are
killed them all?
clever. You killed them all? The whole army camp? Well,
Yes.
I would promote you to the captain of my guard, give you your choice of whatever you want from their lost and found closet, and generally we would have a very happy, positive relationship. I would need to talk to my director for the specifics. Director of HR.
I like that idea. He looks at the others.
Okay,
Wonderful.
but given realistic goals, the tiers are 1,200, 2,400, 3,600 then?
Yes, sir.
And then 1 or 2 magic weapons, or 3?
1 or 2 magic weapons, or we can swap a weapon for a couple of potions. We can do a little mix and matching and kind of finding the right level between these things. I believe we have a pricing guide that can properly convert between these things, and I'll give you a nice little list when you get back. Does that sound good for everyone?
That sounds fabulous to me.
I like
Sounds
your
great.
style there,
Doesn't-
Drakvin. And Torlak, you as well. I appreciate your enthusiasm on killing. Use more people like you.
Well, you know,
I
it's been
agree.
a lovely day here at Magistrate. It was real kind of you back there to not interrupt that man's flogging, to go ask him a question, you know? Wouldn't want to go doing that.
Well, the law must be served and order must be enforced. And so flog him we must.
Yep.
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 Okay. Have a good day, y'all.
All right. Will you leave?
Okay. You step back out. The guard is there with all of your weapons except for Caitlin's magic disappearing, reappearing sword.
I told you to be gone, eh, bud?
I've never seen anything like it. It just vanished before my very eyes.
I'm gonna make it reappear.
Show me.
And if he's like really close to me, can I just make it like reappear in his hands and it's close enough to me that it doesn't disappear again?
Oh, you got to show me how you did that trick.
Oh yeah, trick. Oh, sure. Like it didn't take me years and years of worshiping some false idol, you know, to be able to do this. All right, well, I gotta be going, bud. And I take the sword.
Which idol do you worship?
I don't even remember anymore. All right, someone up north.
Wonderful. All right. And off you guys go back towards the town square. One of the guards will give you a small map with rough directions to where you need to go to see what's up. And I will be bringing you a map of everything right about now.
Are the people that we're gonna kill? So are they? Is it a group of bandits?
They don't know. It's this weird army camp that has just sort of appeared, and no one really knows where it is or what's going on. So you guys are situated here. That's actually a terrible color to draw on. Let's do a much brighter color. This yellow dot is where Ruin is. Right on the edge of that lake. The place that you're trying to go is up over these mountains somewhere. There is a pass through the mountains that has a ruined fort in it. So the route you could go is either through the pass or over either side of the mountains.
How tall are these mountains?
They are like 4,000 feet. They are climbable, but it would be difficult and it would be risky.
So there's this group that is living in this area, right? That's what's happening here? Or they're camped there?
Yes, there were signs of an army camp on the other side of the mountains, and you guys need to figure out exactly what's going on.
Oh, so they don't know what's going on whatsoever.
No, you guys are the scouts to figure it out.
Cool.
Was the fort itself abandoned, according to the report?
The fort in the pass is an old abandoned fort from back before this island floated here.
I imagine the scout then would have gone through the fort path and didn't see anything in the fort?
Yes, correct. It is an old, ruined, abandoned fort.
Okay. Well,
And they know nothing about who this army is or where they're.
That's why they're contracting you. Solve these problems.
All right. Zero knowledge of anything. All right.
Mm-hmm.
how many days will it take to walk to the fort?
Let's see. You guys are... Ooh, this is actually not to scale. Look at that.
41
About 40 feet away?
It's only
is-
40 feet away. It's
it
fine, guys.
is
We got
not.
this.
It's like 35 miles. So that's a day and a half journey over nice open flat ground. Probably maybe closer to 2 days because you're gonna have to find places to ford these rivers. Maybe even 3 days to ford the rivers. Yeah, so about 3 days to the fort, which would be about the same distance to either side of the fort if you want to go over the mountains.
Okay.
I would say we take whatever path is quickest.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll go through the fort.
You guys want to go through the fort instead of over the mountains?
Sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. And off we go on our little adventure here. I'm gonna take some notes. What is your general marching order when on your way to these places? Who walks in
Guessing
front?
I'm
Who walks in
probably
back?
going first. Would
Okay,
be
so-
my assumption.
My preference
Potentially
is
with someone else telling me where to go, but
either riding or third or fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably be third or fourth as well.
I'm behind Torlock.
Okay, so it
Walk
sounds
this
like
time. I don't feel like riding Torlak.
Orlak, Keith, and then either Devo or Drakven sort of maybe keeping pace with each other.
I was
Sure.
like, Torlak would totally let Devo have another orc back ride, but would require an increase in pay if so.
That's way too expensive.
Then you will.
Besides, I'm going to be doing most of the carrying here because I have invisibility, so this should be a piece of cake.
Okay.
I can do this on myself, by myself. That'd be a really nice use of 1,200 gold, but I'm going to let you all join me in the fortune.
That's great. Torlak is like doesn't know how to respond to that because you just told him that you couldn't go invisible, and this intrigues him now.
Let's see about random encounters on the way there. How are you guys? How do you guys get along? We've very clearly seen Keith and Torlak's relationship. You guys are...
We don't
You
hide
know.
it.
There's definitely something going on between Keith and Torlak, and it's not really clear what it is from Torlak's perspective, I think. But I'm interested in how Devo and Drakven are relating to other characters as well, or how Torlak and Keith are relating to Devo and Drakven. What's going on?
I'm very jovial. I get along with anybody. I like the barbarian. They seem very malleable, and Keith seems to do whatever the barbarian does, so I enjoy their company. Devo, I don't enjoy as much. He's really starting to fucking piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very, very aggravating that he is a thorn in my side in a lot of what I would like to do, but I would never let that show, although it might bleed through in some of my more passive aggressive remarks to him.
I can really relate to that, eh? I used to be a really laid back kind of guy, really happy-go-lucky, holding doors open for people and stuff like that. And then this Devo shows up, and I'm just, oh boy, oh jeez. I'm making little comments here and there. I don't usually tend to make. Usually don't really care too much. People do what they want to do. Everyone else is pretty laid back as well where I come from. But that Devo, I don't know about that one, eh?
Torlak,
Hey, I'm laid back too. I like to make sure to convert all of you to the religion of Gwine's portal. I like to make sure that you all understand
right
that.
now, You're going to butt into my inner monologue right now? Really, Devo? Really?
That's the will of Gwine's portal.
Oh, jeez.
Torlak, how do you feel about Devo?
Torlak is really upset with Devo right now because they made an agreement, and now he feels like he's been betrayed and that he's being overworked for low prices and pay, and this is what he has always tried to get away from. He was just in prison, so he's really not down with being someone's bitch.
Wow. Devo, I have a question that I've had people ask me. Do you play any musical instruments?
Ooh.
Nope.
Okay.
Never had time to learn this.
Okay. Just had to ask. People have been wondering. So your 3-day journey there.
I've been wondering? Who's wondering this?
I mean, his name is Devo. It's a Swedish band named Devo.
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine.
Evolution?
You guys spend 3 days getting towards the mountain pass, and you quickly stumble upon the fort there. It is almost entirely destroyed. It's basically 2 walls that block off the pass with maybe 100 feet and then a small tower in the middle, but the tower is mostly collapsed and fallen over. The walls are damaged and destroyed in some places. It makes a pretty poor fortress. There it is.
Okay. It sounds like a good time to refresh my mage armor and to get my prediction for the day of a 20 and a 10.
Also sounds like a good time to cast my stone durability.
Wonderful, wonderful. So here you are.
Wait, quick question on the Gwine's portal thing, or I'm sorry, not the Gwine's portal, on the fortune teller thing. Does that count as a natural
thing?
Yeah, on the Gwine's portal thing. Does that count as a natural, or like a crit? That 20 if you replace it?
Yes.
Well, yes, it does. I predict that great success will befall 1 attack today.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll probably use it on Torlak, since that would probably cause incredible amounts of damage.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you guys want to do now that you're standing outside this fortress, this ruined fortress?
We're standing outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see from the outside so far?
So there's a wall that's mostly destroyed and damaged, and you could easily walk through at any given point. Then there's a square structure with a round tower rising out of it, but the round tower is pretty heavily damaged. Looks like the upper 2/3 of it have kind of fallen or like sloughed off and are scattered around the courtyard below. Even the square building at the base has seen much, much better days.
Okay. Beyond that, do we see anything else?
I don't know. Give me a perception check as you kind of scout the area.
I heard that stuff before.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Perception check. Heck yeah, I'm in. 12.
You know, it looks pretty safe.
I think it looks safe.
0.
Okay.
Wow.
Getting all our bad rolls out of the way. It's the will of Gwine's portal.
I think it's safe. I think we go.
All right.
What's the method of going in? Was there just one gate?
And there used to be one gate. Now there's a lot of holes to get through. Those walls are just ruined.
Oh, you know what? This would be a great place for an ambush. So why don't I send my eagle ahead? I, of course, unsummoned him.
I got my perception.
Oh, there we go. Keith finally looks up from the love letter he's writing to Torlak. Maybe, I don't know. And, this place, while it has definitely seen better days, you notice someone near the top of this ruined tower in that, like, little section kind of peeking out from behind the wall. It's some sort of kind of grayish skinned goblinoid thing looking down at you guys, spying upon you.
Well, hey, bud.
Who you wave at?
Oh, it's just the goblin up there in the tower. See him?
By the time when you point up, the thing darts behind the section
I
of
don't
wall.
see anything. I think you go crazy.
Oh, yeah, that must be it, Torlock. I mean, there's no convincing you otherwise, eh?
Did you eat more shrooms again, Keith?
Oh,
I told you, no eat those ones. They colored weird, they taste weird, they do weird things. You remember last time what happened to us?
How far away is the tower from us?
You're probably 200 feet from it.
And is there a clear way to walk up the tower? Is there like a door in?
It looks like there's probably an entryway down in the base of the tower in that square building. But the section that she's talking about, there's clearly no way up there. Someone must have scrambled up the side or scaled the ruined section. There's definitely not a regular stairway there.
I slipped Torlock the note I was writing. It's just two stick figures. One is like significantly larger than the other, and then a heart around both of them.
Aww.
He's like very confused what this drawing is of. He's like, I don't understand.
Jeez, Torlock, one day you will. One day you will. It'll be a beautiful day.
But it's a pretty picture.
It seems like they may be setting up an ambush on us. Should we just walk right in?
Well, didn't you say you could go invisible, little guy? Maybe you should scamper on ahead and tell us what's going on.
I think we should save that for scouting the camp.
Can't we do it? I mean, we're more than a day's journey out. I mean, we could do both, no? I think you'll have enough time to recover between then.
Well, let me ask you this. If I go in and then I scout them, what will we do with the information?
Well, let me ask you this. If we go in and it is an ambush, we're all killed, what will we do with that information?
I think he makes smart decision. We know go into ambush. That no sound like very smart decision.
All right, well, very well. I shall commit my powerful magics to this goal then. I will go invisible and scout it out ahead for you.
All right. Invisibility is the spell you cast, and it has a duration of up
1
to
hour.
1 hour. Wonderful. Let's see. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So as long as you don't attack anything or cast any spells, you're good to go. What are you gonna do?
Well, I will stealthily, to not make sound, walk towards the tower.
Sure. Give me a stealth check at advantage.
Okay. Stealth at advantage. 18.
Wonderful. All right, so you sneak on your way past the gate, looking around, nothing, no goblins. You get to that square building at the bottom, and you do find a stairway in there up to the second floor of the tower, but it's at that point that the tower ends up being totally exposed to the outside. And you can see that there have been a few bricks pulled out of the wall of the tower to make it like an easy scramble up to the probably like 7th floor where the goblin's hiding.
Okay, I take a moment and try to gather the information of if there's just that one goblin out there. I guess this would be mainly through sound.
Yeah, give me another perception check. See if you can hear anything interesting going on.
Perception. 2.
You know what? It's quiet. Goblin must be, really keeping secret to itself. You can't hear anything.
All right, well, I step out the tower and look around. Anything else interesting?
Nope, not with the 2. Looks just like a ruined, desolate area with maybe a goblin up top. You haven't really seen it. Just this Keith guy says you saw a goblin. Do you even trust him? Keith even know what he's
One
talking about.
goblin. I bet I could take them on myself. I'm going to climb up this tower.
Wonderful. It's a little rickety, but there are footholds, so it's just going to be a DC 10 acrobatics or athletics checks to scale it safely. And if you want to move at half speed, you can get advantage on the roll, since there's no
Sure, I'll
pressure.
move it at half speed and still try to be sneaky.
All right.
That's called trying to make it easy for the gnome.
Not a
23.
problem.
Damn, crit, man.
You very quietly scramble all the way up, bringing yourself to the top where the goblin is, and you notice there's like, it's just like a 3x3 ledge where you can stand, and the goblin is cowered into the very back of it, holding a small bird cage, a little wooden bird cage with a pigeon in it, close to his body. Like this.
Interesting. Does it look like a rare pigeon of some sort?
No, it looks like a common city pigeon.
Let's see. I praise the goblin. Does it look powerful, or is it just does it have weapons?
I would like to appraise the goblin.
Just
I'm a great
Love that. I want to appraise the goblin.
The goblin's worth 100 gold. Alive. Dead, he's worth nothing. On his body, you spot a single dagger and some pretty dirty, tattered clothes. It's kind of gross. No shoes. There's also a blanket nearby, a kind of a threadbare blanket, and a small bag with some beans, like raw, dry beans, spilling out of it.
Who's paying 100 gold for a goblin? I need to like capture goblins.
That's all I've been thinking about this whole time.
All right. Well, still invisible. I'll say. I'll actually speak in common. Hello.
Ooh, let's see if the goblin speaks common.
Like,
Goblin
this is
starts
true.
looking around, terrified, and pulls the dagger while clutching the birdcage to his chest.
I come in peace.
Arky barky! Arky barky!
Yeah. Well, you just enjoy that. I start climbing down.
The goblin makes like a wild attack for the edge where you were sort of climbing up well after you've left. And, yeah, you're gone. You make it all the way back down to the rest of the party, no problem.
Cool. I uninvisible right in front of them.
What'd you see, Devo?
Well, there's one goblin there. It's all clear otherwise, it seems.
One goblin
Oh.
doing what?
It's just some sort of crazy goblin up in the tower. It's got a bird.
What kind of a
Yeah.
bird, Devo?
A common parrot.
Like the kind of parrot that could carry a message to somebody? Did you kill this goblin, Devo? Or did you leave it up there?
I didn't have a magic dagger, so I couldn't kill it.
Devo, you're a sorcerer. You shouldn't need a magic dagger to kill a goblin.
Yeah, don't you just do this thing with hands and then things die? That's what I see when magic peoples do things.
Seems like you're hinting at something real hard, Devo. I don't know what it could be, though.
Are you working with goblins?
You know, you made a really good point. Maybe I should have killed that guy.
What for a question? How accurate are like cantrips? Like if we see a pigeon flying away, are we able to shoot at this, or is this like a very impossible shot? Or
Yeah, you can definitely take shots at things like that. It's pretty small, so it's probably going to have a pretty good AC at that range, depending on the sort of cantrip, you know. Some things like Sacred Flame just auto-target it and it needs to make a saving throw, so that's probably your best shot. But things that shoot from you towards it, that's like an attack roll, might be a little difficult at range.
is it possible to navigate the fort in front of us such that we can remain hidden from view of the tower until we get close enough to kill the pigeon, or no?
No way.
No way. So
no.
if he releases it like over 120 feet away, there's nothing.
You mean parrot? Devo told us it was a parrot.
Yeah, David told us parrot.
Yeah.
Okay. Devo,
Yeah,
how many times can you go invisible in a day?
3 times.
Devo, go
That many
invisible and go
times.
back and kill that pigeon or parrot or whatever bird you said the goblin was holding.
I look back. From this distance, could we see a pigeon flying out of the tower?
You're about 200 feet away, but it's a clear sky. Yeah, you could probably see a pigeon fly. Or a parrot.
I have to imagine no pigeons have flew so far, yes?
Well, you better go up there and make sure no pigeon flies. Devo, you're going back to that tower in one of two ways. You can either go invisible and go back there, like you little sneaky bastard you are, or we can get the barbarian here to throw you that way, okay? It's one or the other.
Oh, I like throwing gnome. One time I throw gnome 300 feet.
Okay. I'll
I
go.
just want to know, why did you bother going not invisible? Like, what? You think we're too dumb? We couldn't tell if there was a voice around us, a disembodied voice? Like, it wasn't you? Like, you kind of wasted what? You were gone for like 1 minute, 2 minutes?
Well, like I said, what's the
like
point of going there? That was just a goblin. Anyways, I'm going back. So I go invisible and head back to the tower.
All right.
Oh, where could he have gone? Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, what's going on? He's gone. Oh, what happened?
Where'd he go?
You mean it. You're not being sarcastic.
No, he's not being sarcastic.
All right, you head on back. You scored a 20.
Oh, and by the way, I can use that dagger so I can kill both the goblin and the pigeon parrot at the same time.
Okay, is there something, does it have to be a special dagger? Do I know, like, is there,
Or what?
does like invisibility require a special dagger to attack out of?
Do you have the invisibility spell as a warlock?
No,
You don't know.
but I can make any melee weapon I want. So I am very knowledgeable.
Totally knowledgeable about weapons. Absolutely.
What did he say to you?
I feel like since he already started moving out, that like he doesn't need a plus, or he doesn't need a magic dagger to attack.
The air in front of you is saying, "Ah, yes, this dagger will help me in my mission."
Oh, jeez, All right, Devo. All right. Oh, it looks like I found a dagger on me. Oh, guess I could give this to Devo, I guess.
Oh, how convenient! I say as I
Yeah, no
pocket
problem.
the dagger.
No
Devo,
problem.
before you leave, do you know what that dagger does?
No idea, but I have my guesses.
Okay.
Don't you just take dagger and you stab things? That's how daggers work. You hold,
that's
point,
about it.
you stab.
You're smart.
All right, get out of here, Devo, before your invisibility wears off and we have our barbarian friend throw you into the tower.
Yep.
That would be fun. Where'd he go?
It's just quiet. Just the wind whipping around in front of you. So Devo, you make it back. You can easily scale again. You had a nat 20 last time, so no problems. We don't even have to make a decision. Or make a roll. And you soon find yourself back at the top of this tower. And there's the goblin there, whispering in goblin. Kind of whispering and rocking this caged pigeon back and forth with it.
I look around if there's anything that could be used as note-taking that a pigeon might carry. I'm thinking carrier pigeon.
There's definitely no... I mean, there's a blanket. Maybe you could write a note on a threadbare blanket? Definitely can't write notes on beans. Maybe the bag could be ripped apart and you could write a note on it, but there's no, like, there's no clear paper lying around.
Okay, well, I'm going to walk up to the goblin from invisibility and I'll stab it with the dagger.
All right, well, he can't see you. You have advantage and a surprise round, so
Great.
give me a roll
on
to hit.
top of that, I'm using
Called
the
shot
ability
throw.
Green Flame Blade.
What? Never mind.
Yep, so here's my attack.
You're not using the dagger that was given to you.
Yes, the dagger that was given to me.
As part of the action used to cast a spell, you must make a melee attack with weapon. On a hit, the target suffers normal effects, and to a creature within 5 feet of you, the second creature
Green Fire will
takes
be jumping to the pigeon.
Oh my
Right.
god.
spell damage increases higher levels. All right, well, you definitely hit the goblin. Absolutely, you just skewer him.
Okay, I don't know what the dagger does, so you get to apply whatever bonuses. And then here's the 1d8 for the fire onto the pigeon.
Wonderful. The fire only hits the pigeon, right?
Yes.
As soon as he
Yeah.
stabs the goblin, can we hear that? Are we able to hear him scream or something? Or
You can see Devo appear because there's not enough room for the goblin and Devo to occupy that square. So he's like partway climbed up the tower, and the goblin does. Let me roll its HP real quick. The goblin screams "Ah!" and like tumbles off the edge of the tower. as there's like a bright green flame leaping through the air as this goblin just tumbles down the side, hits it, falls, and splats on the square building at the bottom.
Oh, that was not very pretty, but at least he did it. It was kind of funny.
Okay, well, from up there, I wave at my friends, which I see from afar.
Mm-hmm.
No longer
Yeah.
invisible.
Torlak waves back.
And then I look around to see if I attracted any attention.
Give me another perception check. You don't notice anything with your passive? Yeah, it looks fine. Doesn't look like anything's nearby. You're all good.
Great. I'll search around to see if there's anything I missed here, but other than that, I'll just wait
Yeah,
for my
you're
friend.
good.
Where's the corpse of the pigeon at?
It's
In the cage.
In the cage, very near to Devo.
Okay. I guess I'll start running over to the tower to climb up to the passage that Devo's
I
in, or
look at the bird cage and I try to make sure that the bird is indiscernible if it's a parrot or a pigeon.
Yeah, it's charred. It had 1 HP, so you overkilled it by 7 or by 6. You've done 7 times its max HP, so it's like roasted. You know, the feathers
Dinner.
are on fire,
It's
and
dinner.
it's just
Great.
it's juicy.
Is it
and-
edible?
Definitely.
Okay.
Might be a little raw on the inside, but the outside is crispy.
But like, we can still see his beak.
Yeah. You know, if parrots and pigeons have different beaks, then you might be able to tell by the beak.
They definitely have different beaks. What?
Very different beaks.
All right.
All right. While they're coming over here, I deface the beak.
All right. So the party
Poor
gathers.
dead pigeon. Oh my god.
Yeah, the feathers are all gone. The outside is crispy and charred, and its face is badly mangled with the back of a dagger or something. And there's a dead goblin.
PETA.
I've stopped the messenger pigeon parrot.
well, we're still not sure if it was a messenger pigeon. Can we make out if there was a message attached to whatever's left of it?
If there was a message, it is now long charred and turned to ash. It could have
It
just.
didn't look like it was going to send a message, but I just needed to make sure, you know?
Jesus, Devo.
What?
Are you guys talking up in the tower?
No, I imagine Devo would have come down.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
come down.
Do you have the bird on you?
I hold a bunch of ashes. Whoosh! There it is.
Oh, we could have eaten it. What a waste.
Well, shall we set up camp here?
Okay.
We could. Do we want to move out a little bit more? I'm kind of worried about somebody coming back to check on this guy. No, I mean, he must have been here from somebody else. Somebody sent him, or he's with some group, or...
I think this is probably an outcast goblin from the goblin group ahead.
Or maybe he's scout.
Maybe, it didn't look like a scout to me.
Why he no look like scout?
Well, he didn't have any reporting information. I thought that Drakman made a good point that maybe the bird was to send messages, but there weren't any writing things. So it looks like
Did
this
you
is
talk
probably
to
just
Goblin?
an insane goblin.
It's a lot of assumptions you're making there, Devo. Is this an intelligent assumption, or is this the will of Gwyn's portal?
Oh, this one's just my guess. Intelligent assumptions. That's all I make, you know?
There's not enough room in that 3x3 room for us to camp out at the top?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's
Even
I think I
3
would
by
break it.
3.
I weigh like how many pounds do I weigh? Oh my
What
god.
time of the day is it right now?
It is early afternoon, like 1-ish.
I
It's
weigh
1 o'clock.
352 pounds. I think I would make it fall apart.
Oh, man. I think we should keep moving. I mean, we got a lot of time in the day left. There's no reason for us to stick around here. Landmarks tend to draw attention. I don't know. I would feel more comfortable moving on.
But you know, I've already used 2 of my most powerful magics to defeat this goblin.
Well, Devo, you would have only had to use 1 if you would have used that little brain of yours the first time you showed up here. So I think we're just going to have to keep on moving, and you're going to have to find a way to tough your way through it.
Maybe we take nap later.
Okay. Well, how about just a 1-hour break then?
Yeah, we can take a quick 1 hour break and move on. I don't know if that'll help you at all, but sure. You have that magic dagger, don't you? That should be more than enough to compensate you for your magics.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'll use the. Yeah. I'll accept the 1 hour break.
All right. Everyone takes a short rest. Nothing happens during that short rest. There's no sign of other goblins, no sign of angry pigeons or parrots coming to find their lost loved ones.
You guys can use the short break to search the fort, see if we missed anything.
I got like a horrible migraine. The moment that I heard Devo's voice when he came back and there was the parrot, pigeon, I just got like this horrible migraine. So maybe I recovered during that 1 hour break.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
How far could I climb up the side of the mountain in an hour? Or not the mountain, but like it looks like this is a crevasse type of thing, and like it looks like there's some kind of like hills on the on the left and right side of it.
I think that how far you can climb depends on how good of an athletics check you make.
Yeah, because I would like to climb up, look out, and then climb back down during
Sure.
my 1 hour break.
Give me an athletics check, and we'll see how well you scale it.
I'm in. I'm down. Let's do it. 25.
Ooh, that's quite good. Notes here.
Also,
Yep.
Torlak will talk to Keith and be like, Keith, you have something I can write on? Or write with?
Oh yeah. I take out my notepad and I go to hand it over, but I realize there's another love letter on the front, and I just start flipping through it.
Oh, I don't need paper. I just need the...
Oh,
He's
good. I think I
what
used
it's
to call
called.
paper anyways. Oh yeah, you just want like a writing
What's the
utensil.
quill, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Here you go, bud.
He takes it and he's going to draw something on Devo's face.
Quills on faces, those are like fine points. That's going to be kind of...
Just some scarification.
know.
It'll hurt a little bit
I
if
could
Devo
lightly
doesn't move
draw it.
still.
You don't have to press hard. You just dip it in and you lightly press.
All right, all right. Devo, are you letting her draw on your face?
No, he's sleeping.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, no, this is a short rest.
Yeah, it's just an
Oh,
hour. He's just...
Never mind. I'm not
sitting.
doing it then. I thought he was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Damn it. Okay, fine. I'm just climbing up the mountain then. That's
Cool.
it.
So you want to give enough time that you can make sure you get back in time as well. So you can spend like
Yeah.
half an hour climbing up. You get maybe 800 feet, but this area is really loose. You find yourself constantly having to reroute yourself because the rocks that you're reaching for are not strong enough to hold you. The whole section that you're scaling, just perhaps this entire mountain, feels very badly worn and eroded.
By natural means or by some type of like
You know, there's
ballistic device?
no, there's nothing that looks like impact marks or people coming through and trying to take it apart. It just looks like a crumbly mountain.
Okay.
I kind
So
of just.
I can get up fairly decent height though?
Yeah, you
Right.
get like 800 feet.
Okay, I'm 800 feet up. What do I see out there?
Give me one more perception check.
I'm like real bad at perception.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can get? Can I get advantage because I am at 800 feet? Oh yeah. Twist.
I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
but
okay.
but
Hey man, I gotta try. I gotta do a thing. Okay. Four.
No, it's not just that you're doing your best to spot things, but as you're scaling up, this like low fog rolls in from the sea, and you find yourself just kind of lost in the clouds there. You can't see anything.
I see a bird and I get very distracted. Yeah. It's quite pretty up there. Yeah. And then I climb back down.
I walk around casting divine sense everywhere I go, thinking about back in the day when I thought that was the path I was going to go down and how naive I truly was.
Yeah, I got a question for you here, Kaylin. You are a multi-classed paladin warlock. How is it that you have been able to maintain your paladin powers at the same time as your warlock powers? Like, why is your god not given up on you because you're like worshiping some weird outer space thingy?
Well, the good thing is you just have to like identify a god that you worship or a being or a thing.
Mhm.
They don't really have to exist. So when you start going down another path and your powers don't disappear, kind of do wonder, why is that happening?
So you don't know why. What is your god with via paladin?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
I'm the DM. You have to tell me.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh, tell you another time.
You can PM it to me if you don't want to tell them. You don't know what it is, do you?
Well, I don't know if I was gonna go with the raven.
Wait, you're the DM? No, I'm just kidding.
All right. The hour passes. We'll talk in between this session and next, Caitlin. I've been wondering. I thought you had this figured out, which is why I was letting it slide, but apparently.
Remember when I asked you if the raven was in this?
Yeah, sure. That's legit. I don't know what the Raven is, but it's a regular god from Forgotten Realms, right?
Yeah.
But isn't that a warlock thing?
We'll talk about it.
Well, okay, we'll figure this out in between sessions. Anyway, you guys continue with your journey through the mountain pass here. And as you proceed from this side of the fort, the trail gets a little bit narrow. You can see the old cobblestones of a long forgotten road through here. And you start to feel the hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up. This is like prime ambush territory where you're walking through. It's a narrow pass. Can you see what I've brought you to?
Yes.
This thin area. Is this basically your marching order? Torlak in the front, Keith in the middle.
Well, let me zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, it looks good. Is it a prime ambush spot because there's cliffs above us that we can't see?
Yeah, it's just like a tight, narrow pass. What is this, like 15 feet across over here, maybe 27 feet across here, 24 feet across here. It's not very wide.
Oh, that's very good. I will resummon my hawk from I'll start conjuring up my hawk familiar, and then once it appears, I'll send him up. I don't want him to get shot down, so first to the nearest cliff height.
Wonderful. Well, when your hawk appears, something will happen, and we'll figure out what it is that happens on the other side of our break. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes Graveyard. So you summon your bird as the canyon walls feel like they're creeping in on you. And as you do so, there comes the sound of grinding stone on stone from either side of you. Let me reveal the whole area to you now, instead of just your little walking path here. And you see these big rocks on either side of you. These lovely guys here and over here. Well, these suckers just start tumbling down. One of them right across this path between Keith and Drakvin, and the other one right across this. This path, just towards Keith, actually. Oh, how unfortunate. Keith, can you make me 2 dexterity saving throws? And Drakvin, can you make me 1 dexterity saving throw?
Can I help Keith?
Yeah. You
Can I go and grab him?
Yes.
Hold him close.
However, if you get low enough, you'll grab him and take his spot. You can try and save him, but
Yeah, sure.
There'll be some risk to you in this process.
Okay, sure.
Go for it. Saving throw.
You still want me to do the saving throws?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Were they dex for me too?
Dex saves, yeah.
Do I need to do the dex save as well then if I'm helping him?
No, you should be doing an acrobatics check or something.
Okay, acrobatics check.
Yeah. Ooh, Caitlin, those are not good. Maybe
Can
Torlak
I do
can come in.
athletics?
Sure, that'll work.
Okay.
Wonderful. So are you pulling him or pushing him?
I think pulling.
Okay. So Drakvin gets hit by one of these boulders that just comes tumbling down in your direction. It just rolls down this hill across this path, coming to a nice rest over here, while this other one tumbles this way like that. So you manage to pull Keith, from the second boulder, but he still gets clipped by the first. So Drakvin, you're going to take 11 damage from the boulder that crushes into you, and Keith, you will take, ooh, wow, that's really bad, 15 damage from the first one that clipped you, but Torlak saved you from the second.
Yeah, Torlak pulls you in and is holding you, and he's like, You okay, Keith?
And with that,
Awkwardly
jumping out
close.
from, like to hear about this, we'll hear about that later. Jumping out from all over the place are goblins and lizard folk. So it's initiative time. Buddy, roll initiative.
Ooh, I like rolling initiative. Oh, did I not have my character selected? I'll roll again and then change it. Torlak. That's not my actual initiative. It's. Oh, it worked.
I see you're actually trying to kill us this time.
I told you only the hard ones were left. So,
guys, after hour 2, we're dead. We're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Torlak, you go first. And I've already explained this to the players, but I'm going to explain it to the viewers right now. We're going to try something a little bit different with the combat system. We are not going to be using the grid. Instead, these black circles around the characters represent their area of melee attack. And your circle has to overlap with another token in order to be able to hit it. So Torlak and Keith could fight each other and attack each other, but Drakvin's not close enough to Torlak to hit him without moving. So Torlak, you're first. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, I look at, I'm like holding Keith, and I look at Keith, and I'm like, You okay, Keith?
Oh boy. Sure, it's a doozy. Thank you, Torlak.
Seeing that Keith is okay, Torlak turns around, sees these 2 creatures coming at him, and I'm gonna go enraged. And I think only Keith is in range of my aura, right? Because Drakvin's a little too far. A
He's
smidgen.
more than 5 feet from you. What's the range of your aura?
10 feet, I thought.
Oh, never mind. It's 10 feet. So yeah, Drakvin gets it too.
Yep.
You both get 2 temporary HP as I go enraged. And I am gonna rush forward and smack this one in the face.
Wonderful.
with my great axe because that's the fun thing.
Hold on.
What?
You rolled a 20.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Nice.
Gwyn's portal.
Alright. Which means
A lot of damage.
I hit, right?
Yeah.
So 3d12.
That sounds about right.
Roll 3d12 plus 2.
And your strength modifier?
And my strength 4, 2, 4, 5, 6 plus 6. All right.
Ooh.
26 damage.
Yeah, you definitely overkill the lizard folk, which drops immediately to the ground in a sickening kind of ichor-filled zone around him. Ugh.
Yeah, and then I look at the other one and I'm like, ah! And he just like screams in this other guy's face just to kind of scare him. I don't know.
Cool.
All right.
Alrighty. This is the
I'm
power of
enraged.
Gwyn's portal! As he charged up.
The goblin on the high ground to the left of Devo is going to take a shot at you with his short bow for a 21 to hit, Devo.
Yep. Alright, I'll take 7.
All right. And the next goblin archer is way up to the top left, and he's going to take a shot at Drakven, which is also within short range for him. That is a 19 to hit, Drakven.
Yep.
All
6
right.
points of damage.
Take it, and it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to do a okay, I'm going to shoot a scorching ray. I think I'm going to do 2 shots on the goblin that just shot at me to the top right, right? You said top left, but I think top right.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. At the one that shot at me, I'm going to shoot at him twice, and then the one. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to do 2 to the lizard folk to the right of me twice.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and then one time to the lizard folk in front of me. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 rolls coming up. So this is for the one to the right of me.
Oh, nice hit. Beautiful.
1, 2, and then the one in front of me on the ground. That roll.
Not so good.
Okay. So then damage rolled on the one to the right is 16, I think.
That looks like a 16 to me. He is badly wounded by this.
Okay. And then, okay, not messing this up this time. I think I can step forward, and I believe I can use my my quickened spell to use my cantripped green flame blade to attack the lizard folk. Right?
Yes. If you cast 2 spells in a round, one has to be a cantrip. Is that how it goes?
And then and the cantrip should be green flame blade, which is basically a melee attack, and it's only a melee attack in this case. But yeah,
All right.
14.
That will not hit.
Okay.
It's a swing and a miss. Let's see. The lizard folk in front of you is going to retaliate with 2 attacks. One with his heavy club is a 20 to hit for 6 bludgeoning damage, and once with his spiked shield, which is a 10 to hit, which is a miss on you.
Okay, if I so if you cast shield as a reaction, does that last until your next turn?
The end of your next turn?
I believe it's the start of your next turn.
Start of your
but-
next turn, yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
leave the spell here.
what? Oh, okay, cool.
Until the start of your next turn.
So I think I'm going to cast this as a reaction, which boosts me to 22 AC until the beginning of my next turn.
Sure, you can do that when someone is attacking you, so you don't have to burn it until the attack is made and confirmed to hit or miss.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
great thing about reaction things is like as soon as somebody attacks you, you can use them.
Yeah, but one of the attacks was a 20, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm casting
Oh, you mean right now
Oh,
on the
he's
lizard's
doing
turn?
it as a reaction to what you're doing now.
Got
it.
it.
Yeah, I want to do it
Perfect,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Perfect. Got it. I thought you were like,
gotcha.
so no 6 damage for you.
Yeah,
The
hopefully.
next
Okay.
lizard is way down on the bottom right, and you're gonna go down this path, using all of your movement to go 60 feet, just about, and
Wow,
facing
cool path.
Devo. Devo, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to fire off some top-notch magics. Let me first move forward 25 feet over there-ish. And then I'm going to turn around and shoot magic missiles at level 2. So 2 at the goblin to bottom left of me, and 2 at the lizard folk to try to finish it off.
Okay.
To one that was wounded. So each bolt is 1d4 plus 1. So 1, 2 at the goblin. So 8 damage to goblin and 8 to lizard folk.
8 damage will eliminate that goblin. Actually, just going to remove him from the screen so it doesn't get too crowded. And you said 8 to the lizard folk?
Yep.
All right.
Ah.
Next up is that very badly wounded lizard. He's going to hang out up here and hurl a javelin towards... Ooh, you both hurt him pretty badly. Towards Devo. He throws for 14 to hit.
It's a miss.
All right. Goblin Archer to the top left is going to also take a shot at Devo. 21 to hit for 7 points of damage. And another Goblin Archer on the top right. You know, this Devo guy is just this sitting duck who's throwing spells everywhere and creating birds, and they're none too happy about it. Did you take that 7 damage, Devo? I haven't seen your HP bar move.
Oh, I didn't notice the first one. Okay, yep.
Wonderful.
Taking the 7.
The second shot is a 14 against you, which does nothing.
Ouch.
Keith, it's your turn, buddy.
So how long would it? Okay, the lizard that's in front of Drac.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it in the turn order?
Is in the turn order, yes. He was at
Okay,
16.
He is in the turn order.
At 12.
That's 12. Okay. And then how long does it take to go up the hill?
Well, how far can
My
you
left.
move? Oh, you mean you want to like climb the hill instead of walk the hill?
Like if I were to go up to the lizard men that are hiding up there in the bushes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I probably shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna move here besides Torlock, and I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis. Yeah.
Okay, you have a magical protective force surrounds you, manifesting as a spectral frost that covers you and your gear. You gain 5 temporary hit points for the duration. If a creature hits you with a melee attack, the creature takes 5 cold damage.
And I'm gonna cast it at level 2.
All right, so you get 10 temporary HP, and anything that hits you takes 10 damage. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You have 12 altogether, temporary HP.
Different sources do not stack.
Oh,
Oh, so I only get 8?
damn. You
yes.
just get 10 then.
You should have just your 10. I'm going to make you blue because you are Armor of Agatha. Okay. Goblin Archer back over here. Scorching Ray from
Ability.
Drakvin. We're going to target Drakvin. Short bow. It's a 15 to hit, which is a miss. And then this lizard guy going to come towards y'all. 60. Here we go. And Torlack, it's your turn again.
All right. Torlack's gonna smack that one in the face
Mm-hmm.
with his giant great axe.
When something takes a disengage action to move away from you, is that against everybody or is that only against one person?
Everybody.
Okay, gotcha.
That's 25, 18 damage.
Nice and heavy.
And then both Keith and Draken, well, Keith doesn't get it, but Draken gets 2 HP again as crystal, like, ice shards form around your body.
Very nice. All right. Goblin Archer doesn't really like this blue frosty thingy nearby him, so he's going to take a shot at Keith with a 10 to hit. That's no good. And Drakvin, it's your turn.
Is the Torlack just did a lot of damage to the guy in front of me? Is he dead, or is
Nope. He is wounded, though. Not
Okay.
dead.
Okay. I thought he was already injured. I mean, I'm going to. Oh man, I guess I'm going to use magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, first I'm going to. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna magic missile the lizard folk guy to my southeast.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast it on the. I guess the guy right in front of me. So those two will be my target. No. The guy to the southeast, and then to the and then the guy all the way to the south. Those are my two targets. So one on the guy to the southeast, and then two on the guy all the way to the south. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. I think for this I just roll damage 3 times. Correct?
Yes.
Magic missile auto hits.
Okay. So the damage is, I think it's 4 on the southeast guy, and then 4 on the south guy. Is that correct?
Plus 1 on each one, so 5 to the southeast, and then 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
5.
plus 1 to each one. Why?
It's 1d4 plus 1 on each one. So when
Gotcha.
when you rolled over and it said 4 plus 2 plus 2, it's like 5 plus 3 plus 3.
So
Okay.
that wounded one definitely goes down, and we got 6 on the south guy, who is now a wounded guy.
Gotcha. And then I will use my final 2 sorcery points to use my quicken spell again, and I will use my Grim Flame Blade on the lizard folk in front of me.
Beautiful.
Ooh, 14. I
Ooh.
don't think it hits.
Same thing as last time, not gonna work.
All right.
This guy in front of you is not having any of this, though. He is in a bad spot. So he's going to disengage from all of you, and he's just going to hoof it up the mountain a little bit.
Wait, can I take a swing on him?
No, he disengaged as his action.
Disengage means they take their full action, so we don't get an attack opportunity on them.
But he gets away.
I don't
He
know
thinks
if
he's getting
war-
away.
I don't know if disengage works against Warcaster.
What is the Warcaster ability that you're talking about?
Sorry, not Warcaster, but okay, which one it is?
Sentinel is what it doesn't
No.
work against. Are you remembering your last character?
I wish. It's like when someone disengages with me, I can cast a spell.
Warcaster?
No, it's not Warcaster. Sorry, something else.
If you can find the rule, I'm happy to use it, but I'm not going to be enforcing any. I kind of feel like I have an ability that does this sometimes. Got some text on that? All right, he moves. From the south, this lizardman's going to come 30 feet towards Devo.
Hold on, is he throwing a javelin?
He will be once he gets within 30 feet.
He rolled a 10!
All right. That is a 10 plus 4 for a 14.
That's a miss.
Unfortunate. It is your turn, Devo.
Ah, yes, of course the power of Gwyn's portal would protect me, I say as I step behind Torlak.
All right.
And I'm going to
I
cast...
mean the power of Torlak.
Going to cast Magic Missile. Let's do 3 shots at the lizard folk to the southeast.
Sure.
So just 3d4 plus 3.
Ooh. Not enough. Lizard folk is still standing. You guys are just gathering closely in this thick melee. Devo's actually sort of in a bush, so he's a little hard to spot here. The Goblin Archer is going to turn his attention to this blue frosted feller and take a shot with a 21 to hit, Keith, for 7 points of damage against you. And the second Goblin Archer is going to pop Keith as well for an 11, and it's Keith's turn.
Alright, let me knock that off. So, the lizard folk down there that's injured, is that within 120 feet?
I believe so. Looks like 36 feet from you.
I think that's within 120. Yeah, every time I cast Eldritch Blast, I'm just like, wow, so typical.
Well, you have other things you can do too. Well, you hit him.
Dude,
Yeah, but I
Eldritch
may as
Blast
well
is
just
awesome.
blast.
And you kill him. He drops dead on the spot. The enemy is not doing too well here. I'm dropping like flies, but the goblin from the top gives a rallying cry to the others, kind of a and takes a shot at Keith again for an 8 to hit, which is no good.
Was that more like a murloc?
He's not a very good goblin. He's kind of a goblin in training, you know, he's a young warrior. And this guy's gonna throw a javelin. The range of a javelin. Doesn't matter, he misses. It actually just kind of slips out of his hand as he goes to throw it. And we have Torlak's turn.
All right. Torlak like looks around and he's like huffing and puffing because he's enraged. And like the creature that was running away from him ran off this way, but he couldn't. I don't think he really noticed as much. So he's gonna run forward and he's gonna go for this guy. I think I can do that. Yeah, totally. That's
Perfect.
what it's gonna be. Perfect. Perfection. And he's gonna ask him a question because that's what Torlak does. With the 17, does that hit?
That'll definitely hit him.
All right, sweet. 16 damage. Torlak comes, he like books it forward, dragging his axe along the ground, picks it up and like just smashes it on top of this guy's like neck and where his like shoulder blade.
You like clip his shield, which digs
Yeah.
into him, and the shield begins to crack under the pressure with nasty lizard folk blood spilling from it.
And then I take my 2 temporary HP. But since no one else is around me, just me.
Do this time. Right. This goblin is going to turn his attention back to Drakven, because this Keith guy doesn't seem to be taking any damage from these arrows. He's some sort of magic Keith. Doesn't work. And it's Drakven's turn.
All right. I think I will. I think I'm going to fire another scorching. Well, hold on. Let's see. To figure out the movement again, you do the ruler. Wait. How do you do it? Oh God. I'm
Drag
drawing
yourself and hit the space bar.
How do I delete this? Oh no.
I got him. Just go to the arrow on the upper
Punch.
left instead of the. There you go.
Whoops. Okay.
right,
so
so-
wait. Hold space bar.
No, just drag and then tap space while you're dragging yourself.
Oh, of course. Okay, this is way too far. If I wanted to move to melee attack, I would have to go up the stairs and around. Otherwise, I'd be climbing at a massive penalty, right?
Yeah, you climb at half speed and you've got to make a check.
Yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead and fire a Scorching Ray at the 2 guys to my right then. I'll do 2 Scorching Rays on the first one and then 1 on the one behind him.
All
Yep.
right.
So that's 1, 2 on the guy in front of me, and then 1 on the guy behind.
Those will all hit.
All right, so I'm rolling 11 damage on the first one and 6 damage on the one behind.
That will destroy the first one, and the second one will make it through alive. Okay.
Okay.
This is the lizard folk fighting Torlak down towards the bottom of the map. It is going to multi-attack you with a heavy club for a 15 to hit, and a spike shield attack with
15
a.
does hit.
Ooh.
The 13 does not hit.
You'll take 5 points of damage from the.
Because it goes defender loses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I take how much?
5.
That's half damage because I'm enraged, so that's only
2, which is all your
which
temp.
is negated by my temporary HP, so I take 0.
All right, Devo, it's your turn hiding in the bush.
Yeah. I'll finish that off. Good work, Drakven. As I fire off 2 magic missile shots at that one, and then 1 to the goblin to the left. So 7 to the right one, and then 4 to the left one.
All right. You said the goblin or the lizard to the left?
The goblin.
Got it. Thank you. 4 to that goblin. It's fine. All right. The goblin spotting you in your bush is going to shortbow you for a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit for 6 points of damage, and it's Keith's turn.
So I can run up to the lizard folk on the lookout. To the left.
Yeah, that's 30 feet within you. You
All
can totally
right.
get to him.
I'm gonna run up to him. And I'm gonna swing my great sword into his face.
Wonderful. That'll hit him. 6. Okay.
Weak.
The next Goblin Archer is going to keep focusing this Devo guy. You know, today's not a very good day to be Devo, it seems. 16 to hit and 8 points of damage.
Oof. Good thing Devo is a stout goblin.
All right.
That takes the pain.
Goblin.
Barely standing.
This lizard folk is going to melee Keith in the head. Nope. And try and stab you with his spiked shield for 18 to hit, which I believe hits you for 5 points of damage.
I really thought my AC was gonna be 19, but it's 18.
See, you've got your plate mail and no bonuses from Dex, and I think plate mail does give 18.
I think you originally had your AC is higher than it was supposed to be.
Plate is 18, and you've got no shield, yeah.
Alright. Does he take damage for both attempts at hitting me?
Only when he hits you. And thank you for reminding me, because I forgot about that. He takes 10 points of damage. And Armor of Agatha's just lasts for an hour, no concentration. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Torlak.
All right, Torlak, I was debating with myself, is going to do reckless attack, which means I get advantage on this attack, but
Attacks against you have advantage.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I'm willing. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, and I would like to murder this little lizard folk creature that is standing in front of me. So 17 to hit.
Definitely hit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Sweet. And he's gonna be like turning around, and as he's like looking around, he's gonna just make another gnarly roar, like ah! And ice spikes just start coming up around him again, and I get my 2 temporary HP back.
Nice. Drakven.
Hypothetically, if I were to shoot a Scorching Ray at Torlak, would I get advantage on all 3 shots?
Yes.
Okay. I want to fire a Scorching Ray at the lizard folk in front of Keith, and then the one guy in the bush behind him. And then I think 1 at the other dude. So just, there's only 3 enemies left,
I
right?
was waiting for and 1 at Torlak.
I was waiting for 1 at Devo.
Okay, so 3 shots. There's 1. Wow. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first guy in front of Keith gets hit for 10.
That'll bring him down.
And then the one behind the bush on the bottom gets hit for 8.
And that'll bring that one down too. Not a lot of enemies left. Devo, it's your turn.
That's a goblin up there, right?
Yeah, little goblin.
Alright, I'm going to fire a firebolt at it.
24 will hit.
5 fire.
And the goblin lives through it.
Oh.
But you know, the goblin has... He's done with this nonsense. Peter hide as bonus actions. So the goblin is going to scamper and actually just kind of try and slide down the cliff here and here. I'm going to make him make a check so we make sure he didn't slip and fall and hurt himself. And then actually just bolt for the exit. Let's see if he can make it.
Did he like disengage against me?
He didn't even come near you.
Well, it looked like it was pretty close.
We should be able to step forward and fire at least 1 shot before he gets out of casting range, right?
Definitely. He's running, but he's not out of range yet. So he needs to make an acrobatics check to make sure he gets down safely. No, he does not make it down. Caitlin, would you roll me a d6 for falling damage for the goblin? Ooh.
Just 1.
You know, he almost died there, but he made it away. He is now, I don't know, 60 feet away from you guys. Keith, it's your turn.
Alright, I'll just Eldritch Blast him, don't worry.
Okay, if you can Eldritch him, probably be gone.
Let me check something first. Alright. Alright, Eldritch Blast.
No, you do not hit the fleeing goblin. Torlak.
Torlak is gonna book it. I think I can go. I don't know if I'll be able to make it directly to him, but
Mhm. How far can you run and around?
60 feet, right? If I dash.
Close.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it to him, but I could run 60 feet and then throw something at him, like throw my javelin.
It would take both of your moves to get 60 feet, right?
Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm dashing. I don't.
Mhm.
You know, I was thinking, because Totem Barbarian, whenever you are like higher level, you get like you can do dashes like your regular.
Oh. Oh well.
That's fine.
Not yet.
I'll still dash. I'll run forward.
Drakvin.
This one guy is still. Devo's got a shot as well. I'll just fire a firebolt at him.
Coolio.
That would be this here.
That's a hit, and the 1 HP goblin crumbles in a singeing, burning section of sad goblin ash. Gone.
Oh, jeez, we really pulled it through there, eh, buds?
Whew, thankfully, Gwyn's portal's on our side, as usual.
I'm gonna
What
kill
do I
one of
see
these
when I'm
things.
looking this direction? Like,
You see the path continuing, and then maybe another 40 feet off the edge of the map there, it opens up into kind of just open plain, and we can go back to the overland map to see what it looks like exactly.
okay, so I can't see anything else.
No, there's nothing too interesting past it. You would be looking out this direction. Does that make sense?
Oh.
That this way.
Yeah.
How far away are we from the place we're supposed to be scouting? terms of
It's
time?
somewhere over here, somewhere beyond the mountains.
So we're within like 12 hours or whatever.
Oh,
Like,
easy. Yeah, I mean, it's if you walk out and around, you might even be able to get there tonight if you wanted to.
Cool. Yeah, Torlek looks, he's like, since he's still looking up the edge, he actually runs like 10 more feet forward, and then he's like huffing and puffing, and he's looking around and he sees nothing, and he's like holding his axe close to him. And then he realizes there's no one around and turns and yells back, I don't see anyone else. No one there.
Oh, that's good, because I sure could take a nice rest right now.
for once,
Big
I agree
opening
with
farther
Devo.
down.
What?
Big opening farther down.
I think we should take a long rest. We can investigate it when we awaken.
I know,
How
like,
about we take a rest up here on these cliffs? Looks like it's fairly defensible.
I like that idea better.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can we make a camp?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll make a camp off to the side or whatever, and
and take a bit of a rest here.
I will ritual cast alarm at the north side and the south side of the map.
Okay, you've got 2 spell slots for it?
Ritual cast.
Okay,
So 0 necessary.
wonderful.
Torlek finds a rock and uses it as a pillow, and offers his bedroll to Keith because they agreed to take alternate nights to sleep on the bedroll.
Oh.
Well, that's not what I agreed to, but you know.
True, that is not what Keith agreed to, but Torlek did not understand what Keith was asking.
That's just how the snow blows sometimes.
Torlak, I want to check in with you here while we're having this little break while you guys are resting. You, along with the rest of the party, didn't necessarily have the most favorable opinion of Devo, but he really pulled it out in this battle. He did quite a bit of damage and really helped to knock down those enemies. Has your opinion of Devo changed at all?
Torlek was too busy worrying about his own battles to see what battles Devo was having.
I see.
And it's not a matter of that Devo is incapable of taking and protecting himself. It is a matter of he cheated me out of good money, and as a business partner, he does not see him being a foreseeable. I don't know.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Also, Torlek is not very smart, so.
I think Devo would sell us out at the drop of a hat.
What?
Oh, you didn't hear that, Devo?
Why don't we take a break? When we come back from break, we will continue with our storyline. Guys, in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
because you're the first one to die.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Heroes Graveyard. We're definitely not planning about killing Devo right about now.
Oh, jeez. Anything but that.
So, now what? You guys are resting, right? You're getting a full rest in, which is uninterrupted the whole time. Your little campsite is nice and happy all night long. You guys wake up the next morning. You are in the pass still, and beyond you is well, you know that there's a river there from maps that you've seen. There's a small forest and an open plain to your right. The mountains are still fairly closed in on you, and you don't see any signs of other monsters or any encampments anywhere. What's your plan of attack? What are you guys doing?
Well, as we're all well rested, Devo, your eyes are fresh. Your mind is crisp. You look like you're ready to go invisible and go down and take a look at what's going on down
there. Maybe we should do that once we have spotted the camp. Who knows how far away it is?
Oh, we don't see any kind of any of the camp yet at all?
No, you're still within the mountain pass.
I understand.
We're like here. Oh, wait.
Well, what about sending one of those ravens out, or hawks, or whatever flying creatures you have, to check and see if the camp is close by?
That is a fine suggestion. Let's see.
And also at the start of the day, I do my stone sorcery cast for my armor.
Wonderful, thank you.
Let me just check this.
Also, I believe Gwyn's portal needs to communicate some roles to us.
Yes.
I like Dustin. He's just like, here, let me tell you how to play your character really quick.
All right.
I'm just giving
Today's
suggestions.
Numbers chosen from Gwyn's portal are 14 and 4. All right, well, I
definitely give that 4 to the enemy.
or Destiny. I'm going to conjure up my hawk again. I deconjured it during the rest, and I will send it. Go past the mountain. If you spot anything, fly back here.
All right.
I use telepathic communication with it 100 feet away.
Okay, so can you view through its eyes 100 from any distance?
No, only 100 feet away, but we can communicate telepathically when it comes back.
Yeah.
If he comes back. Oh, and by the way, try not to get shot by an arrow or something. Just come back the moment you see camp.
Ah! Ika!
Perfect. Okay. So off your hawk goes, and it immediately swoops back within like 45 seconds and lands on your shoulder.
Wow, that was fast for that close, huh?
I saw a rabbit.
Oh. We're looking for, like, human encampments, like goblinoids and lizard folk. These guys, I point towards the corpses.
Oh, okay. The hawk takes off again, and is gone for the better part of an hour before it returns to you and tells you that it has...
During the hawk's departure, I sift through the goblins and lizard folk if they're carrying anything interesting.
Weapons, armor, but you know what? There's something bizarre about these guys. They have an F carved or maybe burned. It looks like it was scorched, or what do you call that? Branded into the back of their neck. All the goblins and all the lizard men.
Can I take all their ears?
You can take all of the ears. The lizard men just have holes in the side of their head for ears, but the goblins have nice big floppy ears, and there's 5 goblins. Devo, give me an investigation check.
Oh, that's the thing I'm good at.
Did I see Torlak do that?
Yes, you definitely see Torlak cutting off the ears of the goblins. You okay with that?
Oh yeah, I'm down for anything. Some people follow portal, other people cut off ears. Yeah, this isn't testing me or nothing, eh?
So, Devo, you're realizing that this is a very similar symbol to some markings that you saw on those kobolds a few weeks back. At the time, you didn't really think much of it because, kobolds, they're all from the same tribe. They all might do weird things. They might all have the same markings on them. But this time, it's lizard folk and goblins with the same markings as the kobolds from many weeks ago.
Huh. How fascinating. I corroborate that to the party. These have the same markings. I wonder if they're all led by the same people.
Same markings as what?
As the kobolds from last adventure. Actually, just with Drakvin.
Yeah, I don't think our friends were with us for that outing.
I don't know
I
these.
probably would have offed myself by now if I'd been with Devo for that long.
Wow. Not the goblins, or not the... Let's see, what was the last week? We fought...
Last week we fought a harpy and gargoyles.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Torlak looks at you and he says, I don't know what you speak of. What goblins? Where from?
Well, 2 weeks ago, Torvak and I, Drakvin and I, you all both have those apostrophes, very confusing. We fought a bunch of kobolds.
Where are they from?
They were at the port city. Port town.
Well, what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to get a
These
little
goblins from Port Town, or they come there to attack?
Well, this is kind of vaguely in the north. Maybe they're all from the north. Well, we're just waiting for my hawk to get back, I suppose.
bit... Okay.
For reference point, if we zoom out on the map a little bit, the port town that you went to is way off up here. See if I can't show you more closely where the port town was. So the port town was way up here in that wooded coast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty far.
And Torlak was asking you if the kobolds, did you say?
Yeah, kobolds.
If the kobolds came there to attack, or if the kobolds were from there?
It looks like they had settled there.
So they have same branding, but from so far away. This makes no sense.
Well, maybe they have boats.
Yes, I understand boats.
Anyway, the hawk returns to your little campsite here. And it tells you it has seen a fairly large camp to the north. Maybe, half-hour flight.
I tried to convert half-hour flight to walking.
Hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Okay. Sounds like their camp is about 1-2 hours away. How about we go about an hour and a half, and then I'll do the invisibility sneaky.
This sound like plan. And Torlak starts packing up his things.
Yeah. 1 hour away, we'll be at high alert. If it's a large camp, I asked the bird, do you think we can see it from the ground?
I don't know. I fly.
A large camp, right? It's not hidden anywhere. It's just out on the plains. Okay.
Okay. So you guys set off. And once you get through the pass, you can see there's this big open plain to the northeast and then a nice thick forest to the west and the northwest. How would you like to approach? Because if you're in the big open plain, there's not really anywhere to hide. You got like no cover out there. Is that your
There's
method?
trees all along the left and around.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep my hawk out and ask about the terrain. Was it out in the plains or was it in the forest area?
Plain. Clang, clang.
Okay, we should approach from the forest.
Right, you set out through the woods. Now, I'm going to ask one of your party members, you can decide whoever it is you want it to be sort of your guide and your scout. And this party member will be making a survival check to help navigate you along and keep you away from any, to be the lead of your scouting group. Who is going to be your scout?
I want that to be me. But I do have danger
wouldn't.
sense.
Wouldn't be me.
I don't
Yeah,
have
no.
survival.
No survival checks from the party?
I don't know. I don't have a proficiency with it, nor do I have very much wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
No, I guarantee I'm the worst.
I have 1 wisdom.
You might be the best.
You might
Yeah, that sounds like.
All right.
give us a survival check there. Wonderful.
Oh no. Hey,
Okay.
the probability, though.
You guys are walking along. Just make sure this is set up properly. Wonderful. It's here. Here we go. You guys are all walking along. Can you put yourselves in your marching order within that green box?
Are we marching northeast or
Yes.
south?
Northeast.
Okay, probably like this.
Looks good.
Something like that. Are we in front of each other completely, or side by side?
I don't know. However you guys want to walk. How you want to walk.
Okay.
Wonderful. So as you guys are marching along, you hear the cry of goblins from in front of you. Just a shrill shriek goes up amongst them. And you guys can spot them as they start bursting through the trees, running directly towards you guys.
How far are we from that fort or the camp or whatever? Being in the forest here.
About 3 miles by now. Yeah, 3 miles.
Okay.
All right, so the goblins spot you, and their action is not to run and is not to hide. It is to charge directly towards you. So let's all roll some initiative. And we'll see how this goes.
I hear goblin. Prepare.
Definitely. The first of these little suckers gonna move here, and here. A little bit see everything. Wonderful. And the first of the goblin archers gets to a clear spot and is gonna take a shot at Torlak, the front, with his short bow.
All right.
9 to hit is no good. Devo, it's your
Nope.
turn.
All right, well, that one to the left, it's the sword and shield guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the archer closest.
Okay. Go for it. 20 will
3-5.
definitely hit for 3-5.
And I'll duck behind this tree.
There's the goblins are. Very wounded. Heath, it's your turn.
Cast Armor of Agathis.
All right. And next up is Drakvin.
In my head, though, I really hope someone like runs up to me and melee swings on me.
Great.
I am going to if I move this should be like full cover or half cover. How does this? This is like a big tree.
Yeah, that would be very heavy cover, like 90% cover.
Okay. I'm going to hurl off a firebolt at the same monster that Devo attacked.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
For 9 damage.
And that will burn it and bring it down. Get you from the field, little goblin. Okay. Torlak, it's your turn.
All right. Torlak is going to rush forward in front of this guy right here. And, well, he goes enraged and then rushes forward and is going to attack that guy
All right.
with...
That goblin has a readied attack that he takes at you as you close with him, which is a wild miss.
Okay. 7 slashing, that's halved. So 3?
No, he missed altogether.
Oh, he missed. Oh, he had a 9. Never
9,
mind.
yeah.
I was looking at damage because it... I guess your thing auto does damage.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna axe. I'm gonna use my axe. I was debating using a maul, but I think an axe will...
That'll definitely hit him.
11 damage.
The goblin is a little splatter of blood on the ground. Okay. The next archer is going to move over to here.
I want to get my temporary HP.
Right. And take a shot at Torlak again. For a critical hit and 13 points of damage.
Nice. That's halved.
Okay.
And so is that 6? And then -2, 4 damage.
This goblin is going to come over here. This archer is going to come up next to the bush and take a shot at Torlak as well. Actually, Torlak's in cover here. Keith. Shot at Keith for 21 to hit and 7 points of damage. And the next goblin... 7 points of damage, Keith. And the
I
next
just
goblin.
removed, like, it's down 3 because my, or no, I added 3 because I didn't add my temporary hit points.
Okay. But
It's
shouldn't
10
you?
minus
But
7.
wasn't your base 29, and then you got your temporary HP was all yesterday? Oh no, or my Bagatha's. Okay, I see what's going on here. Well done, Blue. And the archer back here will also. Well, it needs to move to ping Keith. I'm gonna move 13 feet, take a shot at Keith, which is a miss, and then move back to his cover. And the head goblin move to here. Devo, it's your turn.
You know, Drakvan, why don't you take care of all the ones I don't fell? As I shoot off 1 magic missile on 3 different archers. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and 4 on, let's say, from bottom down, bottom up.
All right. -2. -3. -4. Wonderful.
If you're rolling magic to hit and the enemy's behind cover, does that cover count for magic spells as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Keith, it's your turn.
Man, they're all so far away. I guess I'll like slowly move up behind cover. So, with the one in the back, like the top back one, how far away is he or is she? One that took damage, the most damage.
Let's use our measuring tool to measure. It's out 77 feet.
All right, I'm gonna come back behind one of these trees. Well, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on it and then come back behind one of these trees. I'll stand beside Torlak. I'll cast Eldritch Blast and stand beside Torlak if I can run that distance.
Yeah, that seems fair. It is a miss.
And you burn Torlak's butt.
Sorry about that. Let's see, Torlak, what happens when Keith rolls a natural 1? Like, that's a pretty bad fumble. What's the reason for the fumble?
For me, I'm the
Nah.
reason why.
I'm asking. Is that it? I was asking you to explain Keith's fumble for funsies.
For funsies.
Yeah.
So you're trying to Eldritch Blast? Is that what you're trying to do? Like with your hands? Like just man. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Torlak can be the blame. He's like trying to move out of the way so that Keith can get in, and Keith's getting like really close, and Torlak's like trying to move, and they like bump into each other.
Hmm.
And
Oh.
hand motion doesn't go quite the way it's supposed to.
Just kind of careens off to the side. All right, Drakfin, it's your turn.
If I am firing a firebolt at this creature, does he have cover against me?
Definitely not.
Okay. I'll just fire a firebolt at him.
Sounds.
And I think miss.
No, it cracks into his shield as it raises it at the last moment. Torlak.
All right. And Torlak is actually going to kind of squeeze his way past Keith and run forward up in this grill right here.
Nice.
And I'm going to go attack this guy right there.
Wonderful.
And that's going to be with a great axe. 12 to hit.
No, the burned shield comes up and pushes your great axe to the side.
Do I want to waste it on this? No. No, I'm not going to waste it on this.
Okay. This archer is gonna creep on down here and take a shot at Keith, which is a double 1. I think he just drops his quiver of arrows. He like runs over, hits a rock, and the quiver falls to the ground. He spends the rest of the round picking it all up. The next goblin is the one right next to Torlak, and he is gonna slash at you. The 13 is no good.
No, it's not hit.
All right, this archer comes back over here and short bows Torlak. Or miss.
Does not hit.
The next goblin comes right up behind Torlak, getting surrounded, and slashes with a 17 to hit for 3 damage.
That does hit. 3 slashing.
Yep.
I take no damage.
Wonderful. This goblin gets closer and tries to shortbow you, which is a miss. And last but not least, we have the goblin boss here, who gets to multi-attack. So here we go. He'll start his multi-attack with the scimitar. First one, regular attack, 17 to hit, and second one at disadvantage, which is also a 17. So
Which
5
one
and
is
5.
this one? Is this the big guy?
Yeah,
Cool.
they're 5 and 5 on you, or 2 and 2 after
2
being
and 2.
halved.
4, yep, 4 damage.
Right, Devo.
I guess this is not worth using my powerful magics for, I say as I fire off firebolt at the bottom right one.
Okay. Keith.
I really want to run and be beside Torlak, but oh man.
There's a lot of creatures, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the guy that's all the way to the right, that's kind of like off from the rest. That's not within 30 feet, is it?
This guy.
The one that's by the tree stump.
Sure. Do you see the tool like 4 or 5 down? No, the fourth one down, just below the magnifying glass. It's a measuring stick.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, yeah. So it would be okay. Oh man. All right. So I guess I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast on just the one that's closest to me and stay where I am. And then also as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast. I don't know if I hit. But
No,
I'm
you do
gonna
not.
cast the Hexblade's Curse on the big guy
Ooh, okay. Is there a saving throw involved, or is it just target him automatically?
Let me look. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't see that there is one.
So he is just targeted with Hexblade's curve.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Next in initiative
Wait,
order.
The Eldritch Blast wasn't a hit?
No, it was not.
Okay. Wishful thinking.
Next in the initiative order is Drakvin.
The goblin guy double hit Torlak, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna fire a full scorching ray at him, all 3 shots. Okay.
Nice. 15,
At least 2 of
24,
those are hitting, right?
23. Goblin's AC is higher than 15, but lower than 23, so 2 hits.
All right, 12 damage.
The goblin takes the damage. Orlak, you are surrounded.
That I am. Too bad 5th edition doesn't have cleave. Although it does have a way that you can kind of cleave. You could do that. It's like some kind of thing where if you kill the creature, that you can then hit the creature next to it or something like that. I'm not high enough level for that yet. Someday Torlak will strive for that. So this guy looks like he's kind of damaged here. The big guy.
Yeah, a little bit damaged.
Normally I would go for ads first, but that is very tasty looking. So I am going to go ahead and attack that guy with an axe.
Bring it on.
I'm going to use my luck, and I'd like to re-roll that.
Wonderful.
What?
You know, Gwyne's portal says you're not going to hit the goblin boss today.
That's such bullshit.
That had nothing to do with Gwyne's portal. Hazard.
How many times
Can't
of
tell the
luck can I
difference,
use
though.
in one turn? Can I use another one? I'm
Nope.
determined.
Just the
Damn.
one.
All right. Well, so Torlak goes to he switches up his target, and he's a little distracted because he's enraged, and he kind of like swings his axe, but instead kind of hits right in between the two of the creatures, and he's getting and his axe is like a little stuck in the ground. He's like trying to like get it back out.
Ooh. Okay. This goblin is going to go hide himself behind a tree so he has cover from Drakvin and Devo and take a shot at Torlak from behind cover. I don't think an 11 is going to do it. And so the rest of these guys just move in a little bit closer and start hacking at you. 12 is no good. Shortbow's an 11. The other guy comes in for a full circle around you. The scimitar, a 24 for 10 points of damage against you. The other archer takes a shot for a 21 for 4 points of damage. And the goblin boss is going to... Ooh, not the right button. Is going to make 2 scimitar attacks. One's a 10 and one's a 5. Neither of them will hit. I think you took 5 from the 10 and then 2. And then it is whoever's turn's next.
All right. Well, Devo will take a cue from Drakvin and also point his firebolt towards the boss. And he, from behind the tree, aims at the boss.
Aims
But
in the
Hits
general.
that bush in front.
Yeah, bush fire now. Keith, you're next.
Oh no.
Go for it, Keith. Keith is stumped.
Okay, I'm gonna
Was
can
that
I
a tree?
like, can I like attack and then move back slightly?
Sure, yeah.
Back behind cover.
Yeah.
Like if I attack someone from behind, I don't have to disengage, do I?
Oh, you totally do.
Oh. Can I use their body as cover?
I don't understand what that means.
I'll just Eldritch Blast Neil. I'll just Eldritch Blast.
You've got like
them.
an 18 AC and you're like hiding behind the bushes shooting your Eldritch Blast while the 15 AC Torlak, the lowest in the party, I think, is up in the
I
middle.
do have the lowest AC. I have the lowest AC, and I'm the tank.
I
Yep.
blame it on Keith. I'm not making rational decisions, all right?
I'm also not making rational decisions because I'm enraged.
All right. I'm gonna move my body. I'm gonna move myself up here.
There you go. You move up to the goblin.
Yeah.
It sort of takes note of you as you hit it with your great sword.
Holy shit.
For a lot of damage. Way more damage than your little Eldritch Blast would have ever possibly done. Yeah, Drakvin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hurl a friendly little firebolt towards the goblin guy again, the big one in front of Torlak.
Wonderful. That'll hit him.
Okay.
But at the last moment,
Uh-oh.
where's his reaction? Creature the goblin can see targets it with an attack. That goblin chooses another goblin within 5 feet of it. The two goblins swap places. So this guy, as the firebolt is streaking towards him, grabs his buddy and drags him in place. And this other guy takes the hit of 5. Torlak.
All right. I have faith that I can hit this time. Torlak finally has his axe out of the ground, and he's gonna go for it again. Well, what?
No. No.
He goes to swing, but is distracted and misses.
Right. The goblin blow will short bow at Torlak, which is a miss. The goblin above you this time, Torlak, is going to try and tackle you to the ground. So it hurls its body at you near your legs to try and kind of like knock you off balance.
How big is this goblin?
Yay, tall. He's got that low center of gravity to really mess with you, you know?
I'm 8 feet tall.
Give me...
I'm like a linebacker. I'm like 8 feet tall and like 350 pounds.
Well, you got to beat a 9 on an athletics check. Otherwise, the goblin knocks you down.
Okay, athletics check. Let's do this.
Surprisingly strong for a goblin.
14.
Yes.
I actually think I get advantage on those, but...
Okay. So he like lowers his head and bull rushes you and just kind of like smacks into your thigh and stumbles back a little bit, dazed and confused.
Awesome.
While the next two goblins just take shortbow shots at you for a 15 and a 24. You'll take 4 damage, and 13 divided by 2 is 6 damage.
Yeah. So what was the first one? 4?
4. So
that's only... I only take 2 of that, and then 6, so it's 8 damage altogether.
All right.
Cool.
Does anyone here speak Goblin?
I know I have some weird languages. Nope, not Goblin.
Nope.
All right. The Goblin boss shouts at the other ones in an unknown, well, in a Goblin clearly, but you have no idea what he's saying, as he scimitars at Torlak for actually the second one's at disadvantage because it's at disadvantage. So you just take 5 or 2 from him. Devo,
Okay.
It's your turn.
2 damage.
Drakvin, what do you think? Should we finish off the small guys?
Don't get too worn out here. Just take them out easy, slow and easy.
All right.
Like that these bastard casters are sitting like 100 million
First,
feet
take
away,
it
and are
easy,
like,
throw
"Oh,
some
how do you feel
firebolt.
about this combat? Oh,
Firebolt the boss.
I'll do this thing over there."
All
That's,
right.
6 fire damage.
The boss will once again grab the other goblin and drag him in place, switching spots. And this other guy takes the firebolt to the face and dies on the spot.
I meant to do that.
All right. Next up is Keith.
Yeah, let's see if I can put my hex blade to work. I'm just gonna swing with my beautiful white and red swirly sword.
Swirly, swirly. No. Nope. It comes up and down. The goblin just gracefully steps to the side, ignoring the blow, as Drakvin takes his turn.
I am hurling another firebolt at the goblin guy, and I scream at Torlak and Keith, "Keep up the great work, guys! You're doing amazing stuff up there."
Oh, thanks, bud.
And I say it real loud as my firebolt like hurls off into the side, hoping they don't notice it. Great
Keith,
job, guys! Keep it up.
Keith,
I got that other dude for you.
Why does Drakven roll a 1, Keith?
I mean, he's just like spending so much of his effort complimenting us and how good we're doing. I'm used to it, you know. I come from a land of people who are really nice, and we're just always complimenting each other. Sometimes you get really caught up in doing that kind of stuff. Devo could learn a thing or two from Drakven.
Wonderful. Torlak, it's your turn.
What a nice guy, that guy.
All right. I don't want to give this to him, but I think I might do it now. No. Okay, I am gonna just roll again and try to axe him. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, another 12. I'm gonna use lucky again. Let's see how this goes.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
He reaches around for a goblin to grab, but there is no one in sight.
He swings one way and misses and almost hits Keith and is like a little stumbled by it, pulls the axe back and does one over the top of his head and comes down and hits him with that. And also his body shimmers with ice spikes, and so does Keith's as we get to temporary HP.
Hexblade's curse only works for me, right?
Correct. The southern goblin archer is going to take a shot at Torlak still, which is a 16 for 5. And the other 2 goblins are going to flee. They just start booking it northward, 60 feet from beyond their positions. I'm going to leave them here just so we can calculate the distance because they're going to be off the map pretty soon. Leaving this one lone goblin boss who's not looking too hot whatsoever, but he grits his teeth and goes in to try and kill with a 10 and a 17. The 17 will hit for 5 points of damage against Torlak. Devo. Those guys are 165.
That would mean it's 160 away.
Yeah, 165.
So it doesn't hit me for any damage.
The 17 hits you for 5 divided by 2 is 2,
No.
minus 2 is 0.
Yeah. 0 damage.
97, 150.
What are you going to do, Deeves?
If only I could reach those, but I guess they're too far away. I shout ahead, "You need to make sure those don't get away," as I firebolt the boss.
That'll hit. That'll kill.
And I'll also step forward 25 feet.
Okay. Keith, it's your turn.
So, how far away are they?
60
far?
feet beyond what you see.
Alright. Well, some Eldritch Blast.
No, you won't. Drakven.
I'm actually 3 Paladin, 1 Warlock. I'm not.
Okay, so they're 60 feet, what, to the north or northeast, or?
Northeast.
60 feet to the northeast. So my range to them is 77. I believe my range on my Scorching Ray is 120.
That's probably right, yeah.
So if I move up 30, I should be able to hit both of them still,
Yes.
right? There's only 2 of them, right? What, this guy down here, did he die, or?
No, he's still there, but he's
He's just
right
hanging
here. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I don't care about him. Okay, so then I am click and drag, move forward, I guess 30 feet to the side of this tree. And then I will use my Scorching Ray,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe I will hit the one on the left twice, and then the one on the right 1 time.
All right. Hit. Crit. And miss.
Okay, so the one on the left is probably super dead.
Super dead. Yep, totally gone. The other one is fine so far. Torlak.
All right.
Wait a second.
Can I see this one? Oh, sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I could use my Quicken Magic to cast my Firebolt at him, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Because it's just a cantrip? Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Ugh. Wait, does 12 hit? 12 doesn't hit, does it?
No.
Okay.
You are 1 shy.
Okay.
Torlak.
I can see this guy even though he's hidden behind the tree, right?
He is 60 feet beyond that position. He's one of the ones that ran, but I don't have enough room on the map to put him away.
Okay.
Yeah, so he
But he's-
should be 78 feet from you.
Okay. I'm going to run to the maximum length that I possibly can. 60 feet.
All right. That's that. The archer below will pop out to the north and take a shot at Drakven with the short bow for 11, which is a miss. And the one that is being chased by Torlak continues to run and is now 120. Devo, it's your turn.
Keep running after him, Torlak, I say as I go up and I'll firebolt this remaining one behind
That'll hit.
for 10.
And that one's just gone. All right, it's just the one that's running away.
Torlak's running after him. Plus 60 more.
So you guys can continue this running thing. Is anyone gonna do anything else? Is there anything anyone can do other than just try and outrun the goblin?
It's within 120 right now, right?
Yeah, he's 140 feet from you.
So
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have my hawk fly over it. Go, attack that one!
All right, the hawk takes off. Keith,
I'm gonna move up 30 and Eldritch Blast.
give me a roll to hit.
Doesn't even make sense. It's
Deep-
rolled a one.
Devo, why does Keith roll a 1?
Let's see, what was he trying to do? An Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Probably because he was out of range. Or it was just so far away that he tried, but it couldn't quite reach the goblin.
Okay. So, Torlak, eventually either you or the goblin is going to get exhausted. The goblin doesn't really have much of a choice other than to
The hawk flies at 60, by the way.
Okay. So Torlak, I want you to give me an opposed athletics check versus the goblin to see if you will eventually run it down or if it will eventually escape you. And you want this hawk to attack the goblin?
Yep.
Critical 26.
Yeah. The goblin criticals with the 19 though.
Damn,
Not-
dude, this is like a neck and neck race.
But eventually
Got a
he's
giant barbarian chasing him, dude.
He's just like, like adrenaline's running.
So you guys are bolting as fast as your legs will carry you, and the goblin is surprisingly quick for something. I mean, it's running for its life.
Yeah.
You've never seen a thing move this quickly, this small move this
No.
quickly. Meanwhile, this hawk is circling overhead, and at some point is going to come screeching down, claws out, preparing to rip the goblin apart. So why don't you make me an attack roll for the hawk? Advantage, because it's like
Oh,
got
damn it.
height and swooping down on him.
Okay, it looks like talons are 1d20 plus 5.
Yeah.
crit.
Oh. You do 2 points of damage to the goblin with the hawk's talons on a crit. But more importantly than that, it's going to disrupt the goblin who's running, and he'll need to make another athletics check to keep running, and actually does well. So the hawk like goes by, scratches him across the back, and takes off again. The goblin stumbles but keeps his footing and keeps running. I guess your hawk can keep attacking until he gets exhausted, but he's rolled really well, so he's not going to be exhausted for many minutes. Go ahead and make an attack with the hawk again.
Alright, is this one an advantage or just normal?
No, still at advantage. The hawk's above, and the goblin's running, and
Okay.
that's another
And
one.
damage.
Okay. We'll make one more check, and just tumbles in the dirt, rolling head over heels, as Torlak catches up to the creature who's prone in the grass, panting desperately.
I would like to grapple the goblin.
Yeah, weapons are nowhere to be found. You can do it. You can manhandle him as much as you
Okay, I want
want.
to grapple the goblin and like hold out my hand to the bird and be like, wait. Because at this point I'm not enraged anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the goblin pinned down on the ground and he's like, where are you from? Speak so I understand you. I know understand. Blah, blah, blah. And he like looks like he's gonna punch it, like he threatens to punch him, and he's like, "If you don't tell me what I want, I will. You know what I will do."
My hawk attacks. Is that an advantage?
No,
since
now it's at disadvantage since Torlak is like standing over and
Yeah,
guarding
he's
the
like
body.
over him, like pinned him on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, since he's not answering me, yeah, Torlak's just gonna punch him in the face.
Oh my god.
The hawk will come in and grab him with the 17. Torlak, give me a roll to hit as well.
So if that's just with my fist, do I just do strength?
No, it's a regular attack roll. You're proficient with your fists.
Okay, I don't have a
You can roll your sword and we'll just change the damage on it.
roll the great axe.
Yeah, the great axe.
Crit.
Oof.
All right. So
I roll for damage here.
you kill it. Tell me
Okay.
how you destroy it moments before this hawk comes and tries to rip its face off.
Yeah, so Torlak just like punches it in the face repeatedly until its face does not.
Just kind of
look-
caves in like
yeah,
a crater.
It's not beautiful.
Yeah. And after
Makes
when you
punching noises.
when you finally retract your bloody hand, the hawk comes and like lands on its face and rips out the goblin's eyes, or what is left of the goblin's eyes, and takes off back to Devo, where
Let him take the ears though.
it drops the eyes
Oh,
into
yeah.
Devo's hand.
If he still has ears, I'd like to cut those off and take
Yes.
All right.
I'll pet the hawk. Good
I now
job.
have 12 goblin ears. In case anyone, out there is curious.
I think everyone is asking how many goblin ears do you have. The party will catch up with themselves in a few
Yeah, I'll
minutes.
check the goblin leader thing. Corpse.
Has those same marks on it.
Since it seems to be some sort of boss type, does it have any goods?
Yeah, he's got some weapons on him. He's got some better armor as well. Let me look up exactly what it is. Goblin. He's got an old ratty chain shirt that's kind of rusted, and a nice metal shield, better than the other ones that the other goblins had, as well as a somewhat chipped scimitar. Looks like it's seen better days.
Junk, I say as I go catch up with Torlak and Keith.
Yeah, is there anything else on the goblin that I'm just beat up? No, okay.
Nothing.
You wouldn't want anything more than just the ears though, would you?
No, probably not, but you never know. They might have like something on there that tells us what they're up to.
They could have a satchel on them with even more goblin ears in that satchel. Would have struck it big.
That would be really kind of creepy.
A little gruesome.
Big P-Day.
About
Yeah,
how far are
totally
we now
big.
from the goblin or from this encampment?
Well, having caught up with Torlak, who is almost at the edge of the woods, you can look out across the plain here and see nothing. This is about the arrow where you're at, and you can see about 3 miles to the horizon, and there's no camp within 3 miles right here. So it must be on the other side of that curve.
I'll ask my hawk. It's on the other side of that curve, isn't it?
Rabbit!
The goblins, are they on the other
Goblins in
side?
forest!
What did you just say?
Goblins in forest! Your hawk
Who said
sounds
they
like
were
a
in
parrot.
planes?
Goblins in plains. It's a hawk. It's not super intelligent, Devo.
Okay.
How much intelligence does your hawk have? I'm curious if it has more intelligence than Torlak.
2.
Oh, just 2. Okay.
So about the
plus
same.
2? Or 2 as it's...
2. Has 2 score. It's an animal.
All right. Well, here you are. You've run into at least one goblin patrol, but you think you got all of them, unless they sent a scout back before they engaged with you. Or not. I don't know. You can make your decisions based on what you've seen. What are you up to now?
I mean, really? Do we need to rest? Do you need to rest? How are you feeling,
Yes.
Torlak?
I need rest.
Okay, I mean, we could. These woods are pretty dangerous if they've got scouting parties going through here. But if you really feel like you need to, we can take a short rest. I think it's a gamble, though. I think we should continue on. Do you need Do you have to short rest to use rage again?
What?
Do you have to short rest to use rage again?
No, I have 2 more rage, but I'm low on like took some damage and I don't have any way to heal. And I am almost out of lucky.
Don't have any way to heal. Doesn't Devo have a couple of those healing potions on him still? Or still?
Yeah, but nothing that a short rest couldn't fix.
He's not willing to give me his health potions. We've been
I'm
over
willing to, but we should save those for a trickier situation. Like if one of our friends were to fall, how else could we bring them up except the healing potion?
I feel like a short rest in these woods is very dangerous. I think it would be ill-advised to rest here. I think we should continue moving on. As soon as the encampment ahead of us figures out that their goblin party is gone, they're going to send somebody out to see what happened. You don't think so?
We
Maybe
set up ambush for
patrols
them.
are out all day. Maybe they don't report back.
Is that a gamble we're willing to take when the health potion is a guaranteed way for us to move forward?
I could be sleeping already. You two talk too much.
You know, Devo,
Besides, right now we need to rest for a bit while the hawk gets a better idea of which way the camp is.
Okay, if you want to rest, I'll climb a tree and keep watch, I guess.
Great. I'm going to direct the hawk. Let me know when you find some sort of building, some sort of camp.
You take a short rest that is uninterrupted. The hawk does return and tells you that east is the direction of the camp, of the monstrous encampment.
How many?
Is it on the grass or is there trees?
Grass.
Okay.
You can spend as many of your hit dice as you want, 1 at a time, up to whatever's. Ooh, those are not great.
No, they're not.
I'll take
Oh, there
2
you go.
first level spells too.
Wonderful. So your hour has passed. There are no patrols that have run into you here. And,
How far away is the camp? Hawk?
base of the mountains. You gotta find a better hawk voice. But, yeah, base of the mountains-ish.
Okay, it says 7 feet. Can you convert that?
I can convert that. I'll need to reopen my map file, but I think it's like 5 miles. Oh, you might have actually been able to see it because we were doing feet, not miles. Take a look.
I give you say caca before everything, Neil. It'll sound more realistic.
That would be great. Just hire you full time to walk around behind me going caca.
Caca.
Yeah. Hey, it's actually about 7 miles. Maybe this thing isn't so off.
I can't get any lucky unless I take a long rest, right? I think is how the rule works.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I have to take a long rest. I don't know if I get any during a short rest.
I don't think so. I'm double checking for you right now.
Cool.
Well, let's get to the base of the mountains and I can go in invisible and...
I have the rules here. Here we go.
When you finish a long rest, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna walk across the open plain to the base of the mountains? Just like that? Just take a walk right there?
Not
do you
in
guys
view of
think?
the encampment. I don't think so. Are you able to, how long is it to get to the base of the mountain?
7 miles. So that would be, what, 1 hour? 2 hours?
2 hours?
2 hours is realistic. Did you see, can we see the encampment in the distance? It's only a couple miles or no?
No, you can see about 3 miles on a flat plain. So you wouldn't be able to see it for quite a while, for about an hour.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, I mean, unless you guys have any other ideas, this is what we have to do, right? All right, walk we shall. Let's go.
All right. Into the open plain, you guys patrol. Can I get a survival check from Keith again?
As someone back home once said, you miss 100% of the survival checks that you don't take. So even if I'm likely gonna miss this, I may as well make it. Oh well.
How do you critically drop?
Drakvin, how does Keith roll a 1 on his survival check?
I think that we're all kind of hoping that Keith is scouting out the distance, but the strong back of Torlak just seems to be the only thing that she can focus his eyes on at the moment. So
Those lads, eh?
we're not getting the best. Not getting the best lateral vision here, I guess.
All right, and I have done the Googles, and it says that a hawk can see a mouse 2 miles away.
Wow, that's very good. I'm not sure how that's supposed to help us right now, but that's good information.
Well, I keep my hawk looking in the direction of the camp.
So about an hour passes when the hawk, circling about 100 feet up, telepathically speaks to Devo. Go for it, Keith. Let's go, Kaka.
Oh, Kaka!
There's a camp!
Kaka!
There's a camp!
Kaka!
There's a camp!
I'm going to enter. I'll use my action to enter the hawk. So I now see through his eyes.
All right. And this is what you can see from the hawk's point of view. Let's zoom out so we can give everyone a nice... This. It is a fairly large camp with many buildings. There's a large building in the middle, followed by all sorts of other huts all around it. There's a wall on the outside and what looks like a pit dug around the wall with a series of entrances that swirl in towards the middle. A bunch of like little mud huts everywhere, small fires burning, but there's a stiff wind today which blows the fires off to the side without them really forming a big boom in the air.
Okay, let's see. Can I what are those cart thingies? I'm gonna ping it.
Those look like supply carts, actually. They're all empty right now. They look like they've just been parked there. Since you can resolve a mouse, you can see that there are what look to be 4 large supply pits where someone has dug a hole in the ground and just dumped all of their supplies in there. And this is one of those supply pits. This is one of those supply pits. This is one of those supply pits. And this is one of those supply pits. It just looks like rations and weapons and armor and food and water and all that fun stuff has just been like dumped in these big holes.
All right, are there any goblins?
Yes. In fact, since you are seeing through your hawk's eyes, you can go ahead and get a nice long view and sort of get a rough head count of all of the things you see here. Give me an investigation check, Devo, and I'll use that to give you to round to the closest something for goblins and monsters.
Or I am going to take the 16 that I rolled earlier today, plus 6, so 22.
All right, you get that there's about 100 goblins, about 20 bugbears, and about 30 hobgoblins in and around this place.
Let's see, that was 100 goblins, 20 hobgoblins?
30 hobgoblins.
Oh, and 20 bugbears.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Do I see any goblin that looks like the leader? Presumably in the center building.
None that you can see so far.
Okay. I'm gonna direct my hawk to land back at me, and then I'm gonna enter back to Devo.
All right. Also, there is a little bit of a legend down on the bottom left that you can see now. You would like to view it to see what buildings are what.
Let's see.
So you can see that the big wooden buildings are where the hobgoblins live. The rounded domes are where the goblins live, and then the bugbears live in these holes. Not these holes, these like weird things that are stuck up against the wall every so often.
Could you? Oh, I see. It's those.
Yeah, those suckers. So we're just about out of time today. I think this is a good point to stop. You guys could scout around a little bit more, see if you can find the leader, or you can decide if you want to hit for any of these secondary or tertiary objectives, destroying these pits, or maybe trying to find a way to kill the leader in the middle of this camp somehow. And we'll come back next week, and we'll figure out what you guys are going to do then.
Yeah, I need his ears.
Do we want to do a quick relay? It sounded like, I mean, it seems to me like, I'll do a quick recap to the group here. Well, that camp has 100 goblins and 30 hobgoblins and 20 bugbears. I think not even Gwine's portal will be able to save us through that one. What say we get back to town and report and have a good mission complete?
We must come back. I need their ears.
That would
Is
be a
it
lot of
day-
years.
It's daytime right now, right?
It is.
You know, I think we can do more here. I think at night, I think we can do something here.
Yeah, especially with
I like
the
that. Maybe
special
we sneak
dagger.
in at night
I feel-
while they sleep, and
I
we
feel like
steal
at
their
least-
ears.
I feel like at least one of us could do a lot with that special dagger.
We still don't know what that dagger does, right?
Right.
He used the dagger though.
He did.
Just
He
to attack,
stabbed
yeah.
something with it, but there was no special property that exposed itself while using it. That's Could just be like a bonus to hit and damage, but there might be some other hidden properties that need to be discovered.
Interesting.
Okay, well, if you think we can do something here, then we'll leave off here then.
You also have to identify who the leader is. That's part of the scouting of the camp. Coming back
Oh,
without
right.
identifying the leader might kind of piss off the magistrate. Gonna be that. We're gonna wrap up the show for today, and why don't we go around the table and do some shout outs, starting with Trump SC.
I'm Trump. I've really enjoyed a game called Surviving Mars. I'm actually going to stream right after and go into the wee hours of the night to try to form a colony on Mars. It's gonna be exciting. Catch me at twitch.tv/TrumpSC and all my other stuffs.
Well, Maggie.
Hey peeps, you can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places. It's pretty easy. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the things. I'm gonna be streaming after this as well. So more Subnautica. I'm enjoying the crap out of that. It is so fun. If you haven't checked it out before, it's like a survival underwater nautic type of adventure, which is really cool. And yeah, I play on a lot of tabletop games. So if you're interested in more D&D content, you should come check it out. I stream every day except for Friday and tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. PDT, because it is weird time zone shit happening in the North Americas. And 6 p.m. GMT, I will be over on twitch.tv/rollfort if you guys want to check out Avalon High School, which is a Monster Hearts homebrew with Arthurian legend characters, which has been really fun to play.
Cool. And Destiny.
My website is destiny.gg. I'll probably be streaming something later tonight. I don't know what yet, but yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Last but not least, Caitlin.
All we do is stream. That's it. If you want to find someone, follow all of us. Just check your follow list. At least one of us, if not all of us, will be online. Okay, first off, Subnautica is a horror game, so let's get that out of the way. Straight up horror, Jesus Christ. Second off, speaking of horror games, I guess I'll go stream some more Silent Hill 2. So lots of Pyramid Heads. Yeah, twitch.tv/Caitlin. And thanks to all of these amazing people. I don't know, you guys are like Destiny's already an expert at D&D. Maggie is more than an expert. Same with Neil. Neil, how long have you been doing this for?
A long time.
20 years? Like
Just about 20.
Neil and I were like reminiscing about high school and our tabletop games to get like in high school before this, which was funny.
Yeah.
And then I don't know when Trump started doing D&D. Was it a couple years ago, Trump?
Well, I mean, technically I did it in high school, but
Yeah.
a little bit. But I guess I started with JP and
West Marches.
yes, exactly.
Oh wow, that wasn't that long ago then.
It was like the one right before me and Maggie. Anyways, and then Trump's like absolutely amazing. So this is awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I'm Koibu. You can find me on
Also,
Twitch.
we're still alive.
Yes, you're still live. You can find me on twitch.tv/Koibu. I'm competing in Twitch's Stream On, which is a competition with various streamers, and this week's challenge is getting the most improvement in metrics. So if you want to come by tomorrow on Sunday, we'll be doing a one-on-one D&D campaign where I'll be playing an 8th level rogue, setting up his first thieves guild in a city. We'll be doing that 10 a.m. on my channel, twitch.tv/Koibu, and then we'll have another one-on-one campaign that'll probably run like 6 hours or something around 2 p.m. Pacific time, again on my channel, twitch.tv/Koibu. So if you could come check that out, that'd be great. It would help me make it through this week's competition and on to the next one. That's it. We'll see you guys next week for Heroes Graveyard. Bye-bye.
Go for Neil.